change of pace.
Welcome to the Change of Pace podcast. Today, I'm joined by Sai. And again, we are in the dead part of the offseason. Nothing has happened since we last spoke. So we decided we are going to give you our flaming hot takes, even though that's kind of an over-exaggeration, our medium hot takes about each of the 30 teams in the NBA. The way Sai and I did it is I took the odd-seeded teams. I took the even-seeded teams from the Eastern Conference. I forget. I
Yes,
think
the
the even,
even.
yes. So I took the even-seeded teams from the Eastern Conference, and Sai took the odd-seeded teams, and vice versa for the West. I took the odd, he took the even. The only exception is that I didn't take the Warriors. So the Warriors are obviously an odd-seeded team, but we decided it'd be more fun if Sai takes them. And instead, I got to take the Philadelphia 76ers. So neither of us got our hometown teams. And I think we can jump right into it.
Hometown is crazy.
Whatever, you know what I mean. Like, all right, the team, whatever. Yeah, Sai's
Yeah.
not from Oklahoma, but whatever. Also, we saw Luca on Sports Illustrated. You seem to be pretty fascinated by that.
It was Men's
He
Health, right?
has.
Yeah.
Oh, was it Men's Health? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking leaner. He has quite a stretch of international games for Slovenia. So yeah,
I also
hopefully that'll
saw
get him in
like
shape.
he was interviewed by the Yankees. Apparently went to a Yankee game today,
Oh, for real? Nice.
and they were asking about it, and he said that he wasn't gonna send the Mavs a copy of it because they already know that he's gonna get into good shape this year. I feel like it's a lot of window dressing. Like
It's been
it's kind
every
of
year.
just like
It's like
the
that.
LA media machine kind of getting behind him, trying to inspire some hope. But I feel like it's gonna be this. It's not like he's a bad, like he's terribly out of shape. It's
Yeah.
I feel like he's just not built for a long season, like a lot of players
Mhm.
are. And it's not a bad
Yeah.
thing. Like he can still do it, but it just he's not like an elite athlete, and you can't force that out of. Or I mean, obviously he's an elite athlete, but like elite condition athlete. Even
Hmm.
like I saw that in the article, like he started like drinking protein shakes and like eating two high protein meals a day. Like it's crazy
Hey, good
like
for him.
what the
Yeah.
expectation is for him, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah. I think, and the Lakers don't have the luxury of like letting Luca sit every other game too. So
yeah, exactly.
I don't. Yeah, they need him to play like at least 65 games this year. So we'll see if he's in. I mean, like you predicted, his prime might already be at the tail end of his prime. Who knows? I don't know. That
I'm not
sounds like
gonna
a
say
hot take
tail
in
end,
itself.
but I feel like he's definitely like mid to late prime. Like at this
Yeah.
point. Like he's like a 30-year-old player, even though he's 26 right now, is kind of what
Yeah.
the prediction was.
That's wild. Yeah. Anything else? How's life been? Anything new you want to talk about for the pod before we dive into this episode?
Um, I did want to say last week's pod we did go over
Oh,
the draft. Sahil said I won. I do think it
yes,
was
he did.
close. And then 2K, surprisingly, I thought you were gonna win just because like Castle was such a high
I know.
overall. Like the
What
whole
is
team,
Castle in a,
he was
what
an
is Castle?
87, dude.
What?
I think
No shot is an 87.
so like I had to use like my league to sim
He
it. And like when I
progressed.
ran, yeah, he progressed into an
That's
87 by the time the
wild.
playoff sim happened,
87 is crazy. He should be
which is
more than like
nuts.
an 80, maybe, in my
That's
opinion.
what
Like a
I'm saying. We
79
saw
or an
his shooting
80.
stats, dude. He's like
They're
red in
fucking
every
atrocious.
area.
Yeah. Shout out Shot
Um,
Creator. Yeah, that's crazy. Um,
no,
yeah, it was close. It was definitely close. Yeah, I
yeah, it
agree.
was
I
definitely
think,
close.
yeah, it was a fun draft, and we will do more like that. Yeah, we'll do pods like that again. This is kind of a not a quick pod, but it's different than just doing a straight up draft, and we'll see what we each have in store. We haven't talked about any of this before, so it'll be fun.
Yep.
Yeah. So, what do you want to go, East or West first?
Let's do East.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm starting with the one seed Cavs. Obviously lost in the second round last year. Didn't really change their roster much, but they did make one kind of big exchange, and that was they lost their backup point guard Ty Jerome, and they traded Isaac Okoro for Lonzo Ball from the Chicago Bulls. My hot take is that this Lonzo trade is going to be pretty disastrous for them, and they're really going to miss Ty Jerome for their
Disastrous.
offense.
Uh,
Um, this is a team that it was an elite offense. They were the number one offense basically all year and shot lights out. Defense was kind of the issue for them, but I feel like this year they're going to be so reliant on Garland and Mitchell that they won't really have another backup ball handler. Like Ty Jerome was their real
yeah.
third option. when it came to crunch time and like when their offense slowed down, they had an option to go three guards. They don't really have that anymore. And now Lonzo, after this latest injury, is not really an offensive option anymore at all. What we saw at the back end of the Bulls season last year, he was pretty much a catch and shoot shooter, pretty stationary. He had some good defensive moments, but was pretty stationary there too. Like, I mean, he has a whole new knee, so I don't know what we're
Yeah.
expecting. Maybe from some more rehab in this offseason, he'll be better, but I don't anticipate that. I like the trade initially because at least Lonzo's a guy who could actually shoot. Like, you can guard him as a shooter compared to Okoro,
Mm,
and then he might have some on ball. Plus, his passing is always obviously going to be there. But I think the fact that they chose Sam Merrill and Lonzo over Ty Jerome is just disaster because Ty was like legitimately a great player for the Cavs, and it was like what top 5 and 6 man of the year voting, and well deserved.
mhm.
An elite shooter, elite creator. But the fact that they don't have that anymore, kind of more reliant on a Mitchell-centric offense, I feel like it's going to be not disastrous, but I think it would be. I think it's going to be a big hit on their offense, bigger than we anticipate. And then I think the defense is still going to be good, but they're
Yeah.
not going to be as elite as they were last year because of that.
Yeah, the Lonzo thing is interesting, like, because you would he is someone who pushes the pace. Like in theory, he is someone who pushes the pace the same way Ty Jerome. Like there were times last year where the Cavs offense went completely cold and Ty
Yeah.
Jerome was the only guy hitting shots. Lonzo's never gonna do that for you. So I guess like like that could be an issue. I agree. I think they'll get worse with this loss. I don't know. I don't know how much of a difference it'll make, especially
Yeah.
when especially when playoffs come around. I don't think I mean, Ty Jerome was a big problem for them. Like I
That's
guess
the
they relied
thing.
on him too much. But I think an elite team shouldn't. I don't know. I think the Cavs starting five should be good enough not to have to rely on like Ty Jerome in a career to carry them. Yeah, Lonzo brings defense, but yeah, I agree. I don't think he's as good as he was on the Bulls like 3 4 years ago, and he's definitely like knees are cooked. Yeah, I don't even think this is a crazy hot take, but it makes total sense to me. Like,
Yeah, I
I think,
mean, the
yeah,
the hot take is like I feel like a
it's
lot of
hard
people
to,
think that the Cavs are gonna run down the East because they did last year, and then the East got
yeah,
significantly worse. And I think that
yeah,
that's more my case. Like this trade specifically kind of pushed them back to the level of the other teams in the East, where they're not like this dominant one seed on their own compared to the rest of the contenders like the Knicks, the Magic, the Hawks, like those guys, like they can still compete with them. And we saw what the Pacers did last year. They really didn't have a point of attack guy, so maybe Lonzo can help them on that end. But
yeah,
I really think they're going to be missing the offense that Ty brought them,
yeah,
and I think that's going to get them more on the other like the level of the other guys in the East.
yeah. I still think the Cavs are. I don't know. I feel like they're still a step higher than like the Knicks or the. I don't even know like after the Knicks who you're really thinking about in the
Yeah,
East next
it's
year.
tough. Like people say the Magic after the Bane trade,
Maybe.
maybe the Hawks have really improved. I could definitely see that
Yeah.
one, but it would things would definitely have to go right in that version of it.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know. Like,
Maybe, yeah, I mean, maybe the Sixers kind of figure it out. Hard to think about that
I
one.
don't think. Yeah, we'll get into that later. I don't know. So yeah, I don't know how much Lonzo affects their regular season chances, but in the playoffs, like sure, I guess you just have less offense, but not that Ty Jerome was providing that much in the playoffs anyway. Yeah, I agree with your take though. For the Celtics, they were the 2 seed last year in the Eastern Conference. Of course, they lost in like quite a disappointing fashion to the Knicks in like five, and then Tatum tore his Achilles. He'll be out for the entire season, I'm assuming. Even though I don't know if you saw that video, he's walking without a boot
I
now,
saw
which
that,
is
yeah.
crazy. Like 3 months after surgery or something. Like, yeah, that's wild. I doubt he returns though.
No,
And the
for sure.
Celtics seem to be prepared for him not to return, having traded Kristaps Porzingis, haven't traded Drew Holiday, and then yeah. So I think my hot take for this is that I wanted to make it a little spicy. I
Yeah,
have Jaylen Brown get shut down halfway through the season because the Celtics suck ass, and they end up with a top 7 pick. So let me run you through my rationale. I'm
yeah,
looking at the depth of this roster. It's atrocious. It's like
yeah,
very,
yeah.
very bad.
Their
Okay, like
starting
after you
four
get
is
past
George Niang right now.
yeah, it's insane. And
Yeah,
then once you get to their bench is fucking crazy, bro. Like yeah, I don't know. I don't even want to. I don't have the list in front of me, but I was looking at it earlier, and yeah, it's kind of scary. So I don't think, and I think like the like the woke take would be, oh, I don't know, like it's still the Celtics, like they still have guys, they still have Peyton Pritchard, he can average 18, maybe he will, he probably will. They have Jalen Brown, Derek White, that's still a really good team. Al Horford's probably retiring or joining the Warriors, I don't know, but he's not. I don't think he's going back there. So the team is like, and the bigs, they lost Luke Cornett, obviously lost Chris Stapps, lost Al Horford. I don't know who is their starting five. You know,
Keda,
like
name is
yeah, that's crazy.
yeah.
He actually had his
They
moments
got
in
Luka
certain games
Garza. They
last
might
year.
start
They
him.
got Luka. Oh my God, Luka Garza hasn't even played a backup role in the NBA yet,
Yeah.
like consistently. So, um, yeah, I think the Celtics aren't gonna like, despite having an excellent coach, Joe Mazzulla, whatever. Like, I think they're gonna be pretty. I think they'll be like a 13 or 12 seed, and then Jalen Brown gets shut down because what's the point of them playing him? And then I could even. Part of me wanted to say Jalen Brown gets traded. I think that's a little too far. I don't. I think that's unrealistic. Or even Derek White. I know we've seen him in trade rumors, but I think that's more teams trying to acquire him. I don't think the Celtics have a reason to get rid of Derek White right now because I feel like he's on a decently friendly deal too. So yeah, that's my hot take. I think the Celtics are gonna just shit the bed next year, rightfully so. And Jalen Brown gets shut down. Thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I it's hard not to agree with you looking at their roster. Like
Yeah,
they have a backup point guard, a backup small forward, and then the rest of the roster is kind of like
yeah, they didn't for him.
unproven guys. No, I mean, yeah, Anthony, Peyton
Yeah, I
Pritchard,
forgot
Sam
to mention
Hauser,
Embiid.
like,
Yeah,
but like nothing you're worried
mm.
about, nothing definitely close to a contender like they were last year. But the fact is the East is so weak, you never really know. If a guy
Yeah,
can turn out maybe improving a lot more than you anticipate, that's really the only, but I completely agree. I mean, they have incentive to be worse, right? You want to
yeah,
be have more roster flexibility, get a guy on a young contract who can maybe be a depth piece for you when Tatum comes back. And like now you have assets because this is a team that traded all their assets for Drew Holiday, for Kristaps. Get a, if you can regain some of those assets by getting a good pick and then maybe seeing what you can do in the next year and kind of maybe trade that for another guy. Like this is Brad Stevens is a good GM. He'll like be able to build around Tatum in a different format than what they were last year for sure. So I think this is a good uh yeah, I agree. I think they're not going to be good. I think anything higher than like 35 wins would be a surprise for me, even though that's a low
35 even
bar.
seems high. I don't know. 35 seems kind of high. I know it's in the weak East, but like
Yeah.
even 35 seems
I mean, they
kind
still
of
have
high.
two all-star level guys,
But Derek
but
White's not going to
everyone
be
else
guarded
is
like he normally is, bro. Like Derek
yeah.
White was like, I don't know. He
He's
has
still a
Tatum
nice
creating
shooter,
for him.
dude.
No, I know that, but
Yeah.
he's just gonna be guarded. He's the second best player now, like
Yeah.
by a mile.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he's gonna get guarded as such. Like most teams have two decent defenders in the starting lineup to guard. It's no longer like I have to worry about Tatum. I have to worry about Chris Stapps at times. I have to worry about Jalen Brown. They have space. They can literally play five out. They can't do that anymore. I mean, I
Yeah.
guess with like Niang and Keita, they could maybe try five out, but it's not like it's just gonna be different. So I honestly think that like people, I don't Derek White's stock fell these playoffs too. I feel like it could fall even more next year. Which
Yeah.
is why the Celtics might have been wanting to trade him. I don't even know, but yeah, I don't think they're gonna be good. I think this could be a lot like the Sixers from last year. Like it's a complete like Sixers were like a top three seed the year before, and they just completely fell off because Joel was hurt. Paul George was a shell of his former self.
Yep.
Maxey was the only guy on that roster taking a ton of shots. I could see a very similar situation with the Celtics this year.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Okay, moving on to the Knicks, were the three seed last year. Got to the Eastern Conference Finals, lost to the Pacers in 6 games. Didn't really do much this offseason, but gained some real depth pieces in Yabusele and Clarkson. And I think this is kind of with in response to my Cavs hot take as well. And I have Mike Brown coach of the year and the Knicks become the first seed in the East. And
nice.
it's really just the Cavs have a disappointing season. I felt like everything went right for the Cavs last year, especially in the regular season.
Yeah.
Especially the three-point shooting was pretty insane, and I think they're going to lose a bit of that with Ty Jerome. Obviously,
Mhm.
Kenny Atkinson, you kind of have. I feel like there's always that first year bump as a head coach, and then a second year kind of slump the year
Yeah.
after with a new head coach. And I think the opposite could happen for the Knicks, where they get Mike Brown, who he's won Coach of the Year I think twice before, right? Like
Yeah, with the Cavs and the
with the
Kings.
Cavs and the Kings. So he knows how to implement his offense. And this is a team that kind of needed some offensive diversity. They have a really good starting lineup, of course, one of the best in the league. And by having Cat, who's a, versatile big, you can really create a lot of different options in your offense like with Mikal, with OG, with Josh Hart, even as a cutter. Like there's a lot you can do there. And now you have the depth with Yabusele, with Mitchell Robinson, Deuce. You have Clarkson. Like that's a pretty solid nine deep
That's four guys. Yeah,
roster.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then I think there's guys like Kolek off the bench and uh
Tyler Kolek,
Porty,
yeah.
like there's like guys off their bench who can actually play. And I think Mike Brown will actually use their depth and they can thrive. So I could see the Knicks really being a one seed. And if they do, I mean, maybe not. Maybe Mike Brown Coach of the Year might be a surprise because he won it 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago. So that might be
23, yeah.
kind of surprising. But
Mhm.
especially in a weak Eastern Conference, maybe that may not happen if there's another surprising team. But I think he's going to be one of the finalists for Coach of the Year, especially if the Knicks overtake the Cavs and have a really good regular season, and if they win, become the one seed.
Yeah, I think I agree. I think the depth matters now more than ever because you don't have Tom Thibodeau as the coach anymore. And like you said, like they signed Jordan Clarkson, Yabusele are like a great tandem off the bench. And then in
Yep.
addition, you have Mitchell Robinson, assuming he stays healthy. And then yeah, Deuce McBride will continue. So that's like a great four off the bench. Tom Thibodeau is already an excellent defensive coach. Mike Brown is also an excellent defensive coach. I think the Knicks were. I don't know how good they were defensively last year. I thought they slipped a bit. Am I wrong? Were they
Yeah, they
top
did
five or
slip a
something?
bit.
Yeah. Maybe they see some changes there. Maybe
They
Mike
were
Brown
the
improves their
ninth.
defense. Yeah.
Let me
I don't know why I thought they slipped, but
check actually. That's right. That was regular
yeah.
season.
Okay, okay.
They were 13th
Yeah.
defensively.
That's like very surprising given the combination of Josh Hardy's a mediocre defender, but you have OG and you have Mikal on the wings. And it seemed like Mikal also took a step, just has not been the defender he was in Phoenix. OG obviously is still excellent. So yeah, we could see Mike Brown unlock the defense more and then maybe just change the offense completely. Like I'd hope the offense change. I think that's the biggest issue. Just like
Hmm.
you have the perfect team next to Jalen Brunson, but it feels like they're not fully unlocking that team, like what they're capable of. There's no like defined offense, so maybe he can change that. So yeah, I could totally see him being a first seed. Yeah, I think that I still think like them and the Cavs might be on a tier of their own compared to the rest of the um East as we're going through it. But
Yeah, I
yeah, I
agree.
could that makes total sense what you said. Okay. Let's move on to the four seed from last year, the Indiana Pacers. Most notably, Tyrese Halliburton. Again, I got another injured team to talk about, but Tyrese Halliburton in Game 7 of the NBA Finals tore his Achilles, and yeah, the Pacers really didn't do much to get better. They lost Miles Turner, who went for a 4-year deal to the Bucks for some reason, and to replace him, they got Jay Huff. Do you see that video of Jay Huff in like some gym? I'm just going
Yeah,
fucking
I think it was in
crazy. Yeah, it was
Spain.
cool. It's in
Yeah.
Spain. That's cool.
Just every
Um,
time reverse dunk, dude. It's
it's
pretty
always reverse
insane.
dunk. It's so weird. But yeah, he's gonna be the starting five. He can kind of shoot the three, I guess. But this team took a huge step back. I mean, my hot take though, like this again, I try to make it like I'm realizing these takes are hotter than I remember when I was writing them. My hot take for this team is that they actually put together some assets and trade for a star in the
Mm.
season. So my reasoning behind this is Tyrese is going to come back next year. They have an incredibly deep roster. Like a deep. Okay, at this point, I feel like it's lost some depth now that you lost Miles Turner and you lost Tyrese. But I still think they have some decent pieces. I could see Ben Mathurin thrown in a trade if he doesn't take a huge step up with some other pieces. Like maybe even Neesmith. I know he's important to the team. They have Obi Toppin. Again, all these guys play pretty vital roles, but maybe they take a swing at a star. Maybe there's a disgruntled star next year that the Pacers take a swing at. So I can see that happening. Because I'm not sure outside of that, I feel like the obvious take would be that they just fucking fail because Tyrese is the engine that makes them go. Maybe he's somewhat replaceable. We've seen TJ McConnell play his exact role before and succeed. I don't think that's realistic for an 82 game regular season when people expect TJ to be playing a bigger role. He's probably not going to be starting. I'm assuming Neesmith is starting as a point guard and they'll just move up.
Nemhard, you
Like
mean?
Ben might start. I mean, sorry, Nemhard. And then
Yeah.
I'm assuming they'll start Mathurin and Neesmith next to him and then like Pascal and like freaking J Huff.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I think that the cold take would be they suck. Hot take, maybe they find themselves like doing decently well, trade for a star, and then they have a trio when Tyrese comes back. I don't know. I kind of throwing shit at the wall, see what sticks. But I think this could happen. It could happen. I don't know.
That's interesting. I mean, in the past, like I feel like this is a franchise that's never been making the aggressive move. I
Yeah,
guess
the Pascal move
like
was
like
like
they're
nice.
a yeah, that was a good deal. I feel like they're the team that kind of sells more, like we've seen in Paul George and the
Yeah,
Sabonis deal. Like they kind of go for the younger stars. But and another reason I feel like that might be difficult to imagine is they never paid the luxury tax. And
Yeah.
you get two, maybe three max players with Siakam, whoever they end up getting, and Hallie, they're probably going to have to be a luxury tax team. And at that point, are they willing to do that? Especially if they don't know how healthy Tyrese is going to be when he gets back. That I'm not too sure about. Um, and another reason, I feel like they might be good next year. The East
Hmm.
is weak, like we said,
Yeah.
and they're still a deep team. I think Nemhard can take a leap. Like he obviously it shows out in the playoffs, not as good as the regular season, but when he's in the playoffs, you see like number one initiator stuff from him time to time. And I think that Matherin, same thing. Like you see initiator, like high level scorer stuff. Like there's potential there from those guys. Siakam, obviously all-star, even all NBA caliber player. Like he's elite.
Yeah.
They're pretty good. And I think if Jay Huff, like, or if they figure out the center position, if Isaiah Jackson, Jay Huff kind of figure it out, if they have guys off the bench like Jarris Walker, Obi Toppin, like, there's a lot of players on this team who can really be elevated without Tyrese. And maybe when he gets back, the fact that they just improved without Tyrese in the equation, maybe that's all they need to get back to the finals
Yeah. I still feel like Tyrese is a big part of why those guys
for sure.
play. Like their system will, I feel like it'll take a step back. Like it's just gonna be slightly different. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Demhart can thrive in that number one or number two role. We'll see. Like we've seen, I feel like he was pretty mid in the like toward the tail end of the playoffs. Like he had a bad series against the Thunder, but as does
Yeah.
everyone, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. They really didn't do shit in the off season too. So that's why I'm kind
Yeah.
of I don't know what's gonna happen, but we'll see. Okay. Oh, you
Next, we
know.
have the five seed Bucks. A lot of things happened for the Bucks in the offseason. They lost in the first round to the Pacers. Uh, Dame, suffered an Achilles injury, so they had to waive and stretch his contract, and then sign
Yep.
Miles Turner, sign Cole Anthony. Um, they have an interesting roster, kind of a ton of guys. I don't know, a lot of players. I feel like most teams don't want to have on their roster, kind of there, like Big PJ, Cole Anthony is one of them. Uh, Miles Turner. Obviously he's a good player, but I just mean like divisive in his role.
That's a shit roster, dude. You can say it how it is.
It's a
It's
bad
garbage for
roster,
us.
yeah.
Yeah.
Around Giannis, like it does what it's supposed to. I feel like it's a roster that can shoot. So
Hmm.
if Giannis is like that point guard, point forward, he can just drive and kick. I think it could be pretty interesting as an offense. Don't really see any, much as a defense unless Giannis like turns it back to when he was like the best defender in the league.
Hmm.
Um, But I think my hot take is it really seems like the Bucks kind of went all in. We're keeping Giannis. We're going to do what we
Yeah.
can to build around Giannis. And like we said, this is a pretty bad roster. I feel like the hot take is Doc's going to get fired this season. And
Oh, finally.
yeah, I mean, they signed Doc after they fired, I forgot what his name was, dude. It
Adrian
was
Griffin.
Adrian Griffin.
Adrian
Yeah.
Griffin. Yeah.
It's Adrian Griffin's dad. Um,
Yeah.
like mid-season. Then they hired Doc, two first-round exits. They're probably tired, like of just. I mean, obviously, injuries came into concern there, and they played the Pacers twice. But uh,
Yeah.
you know, they have a timeline with Giannis that they need to meet, right? They need to be competitive. Giannis probably has these demands. Like otherwise, he might demand a trade soon, and you don't want that if you're a Bucks fan. You want to keep the top three best player in the league when you can. Um,
What's up, bro?
for how long you
How you
can.
doing?
Yeah.
I could hear that. Whatever that
I
was.
apologize. No, dude, my fucking phone turned on. Sorry.
Oh, okay, you're
Yeah.
good.
Tell me. Yeah. Continue. My bad.
Yeah, yeah, no, you're good. And so if you can keep him as long as you can, you want to. So if nothing goes well for this roster, there's not a lot of moves, a lot of lack of roster flexibility. I think Doc is the guy who gets blamed for that, and he gets fired.
Yeah. Again, it's hard to find a hot take because,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. It feels like that's the easy move for them to do. But again, this reminds me of the Billy Donovan thing where, like, I don't think it's gonna be Doc's fault this team is not good.
Hmm.
So I'm not sure if that's the first thing they're thinking about. I would say like if the Bucks go through it, just a fire sale of their roster and then they start from like a clean slate, yes,
What's left to
firing Doc would
sell?
be
Just
ideal.
Giannis.
I don't even I think yeah, the hot take is fucking Giannis gets traded, bro. Like that, that's like
Yeah.
the easiest thing.
I feel like
I
that's not that
don't
hot.
know.
That's why I want like they
Maybe
do
you're
Doc
right.
first. I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
I trade Doc first. Or yeah, not trade, but yeah. I don't even know my opinion on that. Like, yeah, it totally can happen. I feel like Doc's job has gone under the radar. Like, you don't see him getting any they don't talk about him when the Bucks lose anymore. I feel like most people forgot he's even the fucking Bucks coach. I honestly like it's not that I forgot. I just don't think about the fact that he's a Bucks coach because it feels like there's a lot more going on that team than Doc Rivers. So yeah, I agree. I guess yeah, it totally happened. Um, yeah. Anything else you want to say about that? Because I don't really have much feedback for
Yeah,
that
I'm not
take.
anticipating a good season from the Bucks, but also
Yeah,
Giannis could just average 40. So we never
he could,
really
and they'll
know.
still be the six seed. Like
That's yeah.
there's no shot they're getting home court this year. Even again, even with this weak East, like we'll get into a couple teams that you and I have coming up next. There definitely some like I'll say it. We can talk about them now. Let's just move on to the Pistons. Yeah, my hot take for the Pistons. I'm just gonna start off by saying the hot take. I don't know how much of a hot take this is. I think they're like a guaranteed top five seed this year. I'm very very confident in that happening.
I don't think
In
that's a
the
hot take
East.
either.
Yeah, it's not.
I would say a hot take is top three.
Top
Like,
three? Top
yeah,
three? Shit. Maybe. No, that's not my. But I have another hot take about top three, dude. I
sure.
can't say this. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Top five seed. They have a healthy Jaden Ivey. They replaced Malik Beasley's gambling ass and Tim Hardaway. Wait, was Tim Hardaway Jr. also under thing for gambling?
No, no, he wasn't.
No, right? Who was the Terry Rozier?
Sorry,
Right. Yes.
sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. So yeah, Tim Hardaway Jr., Malik Beasley. I think overall, Levert and Duncan Robinson are they're a slight up. I feel like they're a slight upgrade together, just because Karis Levert brings you a little more shot creation. Duncan Robinson just a really good shooter. Um, and
Lost
then
Schroeder though.
they did lose Shooter. And I mean, he wasn't great for them last year. Hopefully Marcus Sasser takes a step up. But regardless of that, I feel like the team I don't know, they have one more year. Isaiah Stewart will hopefully not have as bad a year as he did last year. Jalen Duren will play more games, hopefully. And then Cade Cunningham can take another step up. So I think that with the insertion of Jaden Ivey into lineup, hopefully Asar Thompson takes a step offensively. Another year Tobias Harris. I think that team's gonna be like I think you expect it to be very good next year. And then again, considering the weak East. So
Yeah, I mean, I think guys like I think Asar Thompson could take a leap. I think Ron
yeah,
Holland we saw in summer
yeah,
league be pretty elite. Like those that guy he could really dominate. I think this could be a top five defense. I mean, last season they were pretty close to that. They were uh okay, I guess
seven?
they weren't the close.
Were they
They were
not?
10. They were 10.
Oh, okay, okay.
But no, pretty good defense. I think they could get up to top five. I think they're a really good team, and I think
Yeah,
as long as Cade's on the roster, I think they're at least like a 40-win team.
yeah,
Um, and with the weak East, like legit 40 wins could probably get you to like a top six seed, and I think they're going to be better than that. So I
yeah,
I completely see that like being pretty valid, and I think they're going to be a home court team personally. Like they're right there.
yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree. Who's your next team?
Next team is the Orlando Magic.
Nice.
In the offseason, they lost in the first round to the Celtics in 5 games. And in the offseason, they made a big swing trading for Desmond Bane. Uh, and other than that, didn't really do much else. My hot take is that, the Magic, they've kind of been maligned for their offense these last years. And every year for like the last, like, I think 8 years, they've been a bottom 10 offense, which is pretty insane, that streak. And I
Yeah.
think that streak's going to continue.
And oh, you think it's continuing? Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, which is crazy to say. I feel like that's why it's a hot take. Like,
Yeah.
they got Desmond Bane, obviously an offensive like centerpiece, like very good player, ball handler, elite 3-point shooter, off-ball player, and still they weren't able to, I mean, last year they were the worst shooting team by a country mile, and obviously you improved that there
Yeah.
with Desmond Bane. So I don't really have a great reason to why. I just think
Yeah. I
an
disagree
offense
as
center,
well.
an offense
Yeah.
centered around Paulo and Franz, I don't think it's like built for a top 20
But
offense. I
like,
mean,
see, okay, sorry. Continue your thing. I'll refute
yeah,
after you finish. Yeah.
I just don't like the roster still. I mean, Desmond's obviously an improvement. I don't think Jalen Suggs is a shooter. Franz is still not proven to me that he's like a
Jalen
good
Suggs
three-point
is a
shooter.
decent shooter.
He
I
had
mean,
one good season as a good shooter. Other than that, he's been pretty trash.
did he fall back? Oh yeah,
He
actually
was
no, he did fall back to
32%
31%.
last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Dude,
Paolo
his
isn't a
numbers
shooter.
are
So it's really
disgusting.
like this is not a team. I don't like their bench at all. They're relying a lot on guys like Anthony Black and
Tyus
um,
Jones. I like
Tyus
Tyus Jones
Jones
off
is
the bench for them.
interesting, but he was awful
Yeah.
last year on the Suns.
He
So
was
I
like
don't know.
okay.
No,
He
he
shot
was
41% from three last year.
yeah, and he got
That sounds
overtaken
crazy,
by
right?
Colin Gillespie, dude.
No,
Like
I know. That's like a
he
Kevin
was
Durant
not a
problem,
good
bro.
he was not a
Like
good
it's
player
just
for them.
weird.
I
It's a
don't
different
think
situation.
I
Yeah.
could be wrong. Again, I'm willing to be wrong about this. I just don't I'm not a huge believer in them. Like a lot of people think they're gonna be a top three seed, top four seed. And I think they could get there because of their defense, because they have like an elite defense and like a lot of big wings, big infrastructure for defense. So I think they could be top three that way, because of how mid the Eastern Conference is. Yeah, I just don't believe in the Magic being like an elite team in the East, like a team that can really contend for the finals. I think they're maybe a year away. I don't love their offensive roster. I'm still gonna say they don't
Okay.
get there. Maybe not 21st. I'll give them 21st, but not 20th.
Yeah, I think you're talking about two different things though. Like they don't have to be an elite team to not be a bottom 10 offense. That's where your hot take is that they stay as a bottom 10 offense. I don't think that's going to happen. I think there's easily going to be 10 offenses in the NBA. Again, East is riddled with injuries that could be worse than them. And I think that Desmond Bain like addition again, it's not going to vault them into the top 10 in offense, but I think they'll be a mediocre team. Like you keep saying this Franz Wagner, Paulo Banchero offense with Desmond Bain. Desmond Bain is like genuinely almost as good an offensive player, at least scoring wise. He's as good as like what Franz and Paulo. Like he's maybe a slight step down from those two. He's a decent playmaker as well. So I think he's first of all a perfect fit next to Jalen Suggs, which is funny because I was shitting on this whole move when it actually happened. But like I still think he's giving you enough offensively to take them out of the bottom 10. Like, and again, I think Tyus Jones is good off the bench. He can't be your starting point guard. That's fine, but he's in a better situation, like a team that's actually trying to win without a bunch of stupid fucking like crying stars, like he was on the Suns. I just think, again, I think I've made the comparison before. I think it'll be similar to the Grizzlies. I think the bench is definitely worse, so maybe he'll have a little more attention when he comes to play. But I don't know. I kind of
They were
like the
27th last year.
in
Um,
offense.
yeah, in offense.
You're gonna hope
And
Paulo doesn't get hurt though. Like that
yeah,
also
no,
happened.
that
Jalen Suggs was
that
hurt
definitely did
too.
happen.
So like,
Their offense was
how
worse with Paulo on the floor. I'll just say that too.
okay. All right. I
Um,
mean, give them like a longer stretch. I don't know. I
yeah.
think I find it hard to believe they'll be like a top like bottom 10. I think yeah, we'll see. Maybe they're 19th. I don't know, but
I mean,
bottom
there were
10
two,
seems
the
like
second
crazy to
defense
me.
last year, and I think they could keep that up.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
And I think there'll be a marginally better offense. I'm not gonna, I just don't think they're going to be like,
Okay, like
they,
think about it.
yeah,
If Caldwell Pope hit shots last year, they're a significantly better offense. Like he was atrocious. Like they got
yeah.
him for the simple reason
But no
to
one
hit
else
open
could hit, no
shots.
one hit shots on that team. They shot 32%, like 31% as a team from three.
Yeah, I know. That's crazy. But hopefully Suggs has a better. How many games did Jalen Suggs play last year? I feel like he was hurt for half the season.
He was
Yeah. What
like
is it?
probably like four
Yeah,
or
he
five
played
games,
35 games. Like, come on.
35.
I
Yeah.
don't think that's fair. Like Jalen Suggs also elevates your offense, even if he by himself is not like some excellent scorer. He's a good playmaker. And then he can like he did average like 16 on pretty shitty efficiency, but I'm assuming he would take a step up. So I do like this is nice that we're disagreeing on this. Like, yeah, I think bottom 10, in my opinion, is a hot take. Like it's a very hot take that I
I just think
disagree on.
NBA offenses are so good lately. And this team has been such a bad offense for so long. And again, Desmond Bain is a huge improvement. I will not deny that. I just think they were so far away from being a good offense last year that he is not enough for them to overcome. And then offenses in the NBA just keep on getting better. So
Yeah.
I'm not a huge believer in the Magic long, like as a team this year,
Yeah.
like an actual championship contender or anything like that.
Yeah.
And
No, I get that part.
I
Yeah.
agree. They'll probably be like the 18th or 17th offense, but I'm
Yeah.
trying to make it a little hotter and say they don't
Yeah.
creep up to top 20 just to keep that streak going.
Yeah. That's fair. Okay. Let's move on to the Atlanta Hawks. So my hot take is that they are going to be a top 3 seed next year, and that we're going to see Trae Young have an All NBA second team, maybe first team. But I was thinking about the guards in the NBA. I feel like it's kind of difficult, so I'm giving him All NBA second team. And then I again like along with this top 3 seed prediction, I'm assuming Reese Shea is going to have a breakout year. He showed some flashes in his rookie year, being surrounded by even more spacing with Kristaps. And then I'm assuming, again, Jalen Johnson will stay healthy for the entirety of this year. Dyson Daniels continues what he's been doing defensively. And then, yeah, I think this leads to them being a top 3 seed. So I also like the addition of Nickeil Alexander-Walker. I think the whole team, they had like practically the perfect offseason, in my opinion. So, yeah, I really like what they've done.
Yeah, that's fair. I agree. Like, I think they're probably, in my opinion, they're a team that like will probably won't get to top three, but they'll be like number five and have a Pacers type run.
Same
Like they could
record.
legit get
Oh
to the
yeah.
conference finals because they
Yeah.
have a roster that could they plays a lot of ways, can be elite in the regular postseason as well. And they have like guys on their team, like Porzingis can play well if he's healthy. Like, people are saying he's better than his health and whatever illness he had or was dealing
Yeah.
with. I assume he's gonna, heal from that. Of course, Trae Young, we've seen in the playoffs can elevate his play. Jalen Johnson, I think he can really have a another improvement in a year and probably be an all-star this year with how weak the East is in general with the
Yeah.
talent there is there. So I think this team can definitely be like a very good team in the East. Very
They have a lot of like
Pacers-esque.
lineup options, which is interesting. They can go really
Yeah.
big, they can go small with like super lengthy wings and defenders. Like I really like this team. And
Yeah,
I
and I
think
mean,
they're
like
all
they had the first
yeah,
pick last year. Like Reset Shea could
yeah.
be like very good this year. We'll
Yeah.
have to
They all
see.
fit very well around trade too. And I'm glad
Yeah,
Capella's off the roster and Yeka can actually get like more opportunity, I think. And then yeah, Chris Stapps on Yeka, the fit is also excellent. Like defensively, they're great. Then Yeka can shoot the mid range. Like I like that whole the whole team is nice. So yeah, that's my hot take. Not maybe not that hot. I think top three, like you said, is kind of hot. So yeah.
yeah. I'm going to the Bulls, and I guess I didn't actually prepare a hot take. I kind of made it last second because for some reason I had the Hawks on my list and not the
Oh
Bulls,
shit. What? Okay.
which is my
What
bad.
what was your hot take? The top three for the Hawks?
Yeah, I said that Jalen Johnson will be all NBA third team, and
Ooh.
that's kind of
Yeah.
crazy, but
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a chance he like overtakes Trey as kind of like the marquee guy on the Hawks.
Wow.
Like I could legit see him like be Jason Tatum for him. Or
Wow.
pretty close to it. Like,
I
is it
think it's
like
more realistic to say like they become a Pascal and Tyrese type of thing than a
yeah,
Tatum thing, where you like at times you're like, is Pascal Siakam the best player? But you're like, again, Trey is the engine that makes the
that's
team go,
fair.
similar to
Yeah,
Tyrese.
yeah.
I can see that for sure. Tatum seems like a crazy.
I just
Like
meant
I
like
know they
in
both
play
went to
styles, I
Duke,
feel
but
like pretty similar.
yeah,
I
dude,
would say
Jalen
like
Johnson's like
I could
stupid
see him
athletic.
averaging
Yeah,
like 23, 10 and 6
10 and 5.
or
Yeah,
23, 20 and 4, like something crazy. Like he's a
yeah,
very good player. And I feel like that's
true.
all NBA caliber. Um,
Yeah, if they're good,
so
yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
For the
Yeah,
Bulls, I think they finally tear down their team, which
yeah,
obviously I think this is the year because it's obvious to everyone around the league that this is way too late to tear it down. That's why they actually start tearing it down this year. Um, they still have Vooch on the roster. It doesn't seem like many players want to take, many teams want to take his contract, but he's an expiring deal at this point. They're probably just gonna buy him out and then he's gonna go to another team. I think they're gonna do that early in the season just to get rid of him and like, get some of their younger guys to have more minutes, like Asenge and Buzelis.
yeah.
I think Kobe White could be gone this year. He's one of the older guys on the roster, considering the direction they're kind of going into, and he's probably gonna want an extension soon. So rather than pay him, you'd probably just want to trade him to like a team that would actually use his talents. And I think guys like Patrick Williams could be on the out and like they attach a pick or something just to get rid of his
Dude,
deal to kind
Patrick
of
Williams, the that
he
contract
sucks.
is fucking crazy,
Yeah.
dude. No, yeah, he sucks. Yeah, but the contract, like considering how bad he is. Did you see the report that Vucevic, if they can't get a trade suitor for him, they're just gonna waive him?
Yeah, I mean that's what I think could happen too. Like
Yeah,
just buy him out. And he had like a pretty good year last year for him, and I think he could be a legit backup big for a contender. Like I think on the
yeah.
Lakers, that would be really interesting. Like a real space option
Okay,
for
bro. Not everyone has to go to the fucking Lakers
yeah, I
spot.
mean the
All right, bro.
Warriors,
Like they got eight. Yeah.
I mean,
No, we got Vucevic at home, dude. You know what's so funny?
yeah.
In both the like we wanted Vucevic, but there's like big rumors around him, never came to us. And in both the matchups, um, against Vucevic, for some reason, Quinton Post like killed him. Like he had
Mm.
like he like I'll pull up the number.
I
Sorry,
thought you meant Al
but
Horford when you said Vucevic at home. That makes more
oh no,
sense.
I was literally
Yeah.
that was a
Oh,
joke. But like Quinton Post versus the Bulls, I have to pull this up. I'm sorry, 1 second.
dude, he
His
went to
career stat. What?
apparently he went to high school in my town in California. That's crazy.
Who Vucevic? Yeah, he's
Yeah.
from LA, right? He went to USC
Yeah,
in
no, but
North.
he went to high school in my city, in a high school that I didn't even know existed.
That's sick. Nice, man. You're a Vucevic fan now.
No, okay.
Quinton
It says it's in a
Post.
different city when you look it up. Never mind.
What? Okay, that's weird.
I don't know.
Why is this? Why is it so hard to find the fucking stat? Okay, he had 18 points in his first game. I think that was Jimmy's debut. And then he had 20 points the next time we played them. Wait, that's
Mm.
crazy. That's hilarious. He averages 19 against Vucevic. And I think Vucevic played like ass in those two games too, which is even funnier. Like that was right around when we wanted to trade for him. So yeah, that was cool. And yeah, I agree. I think again, like it's a hot take because for some reason the Bulls never blow up their roster. Like they just keep these guys on the team for some reason.
And they
You think
do
Giddy's
like
gonna get the extension? Yeah.
I think he is because primarily because there's no other team that really wants him at this point. I
Yeah.
think to the Bulls, he has more value than he does at any other team just because he is their point guard and can actually function as a full-time point guard for them. But on any
That's
other
what
team, I
Kuminga
struggle to
should.
see like any real role for him. Like he can't play off ball. We saw that on the Thunder. But I
Hmm.
think his price is going to be severely lower than he expected. So he's probably going to be like 17, 18 million per year rather than like the 25 he expected.
Hear me out, bro. Hear me out.
Yeah.
What if he becomes the Tyrese replacement for the Pacers? Think about it. Is it that crazy?
I think so, because why would the
Oh,
Pacers
okay.
pay him?
No, I know that. I'm just like the money is the only problem with
Yeah.
that. But like he's literally a taller TJ McConnell if you think about it.
Hmm.
Like he literally is. Like, is he
Yeah.
not that exact thing?
Without a mid-range jumper, sure.
Did he shoot that badly for mid range this year? I thought he was
I've just
like
never seen him shoot a
decent.
mid-range. Like
His
he
like
has an
floaters,
awkward
I mean. He
floater.
has that
Yeah.
floater. Yeah, that's what I'm considering, I guess the like I mean TJ McConnell's mid ranges are like 10-foot mid
Yeah.
ranges. So they're like
That's true.
very, very close shots.
That's very true.
Um fuck, we keep going on tangents, but I really want to see the shooting. One sec. Uh shooting Giddy this year. Okay, 10 to 16 is atrocious. It's 38%.
That sounds
But
about
3 to
right.
10 feet he shoots 50%. And
Eh, pretty
that's
good.
28% of the shots he takes.
I think that's his floater shot. Like that.
Yeah, that's great. And then 0 to 3 is 58, which I think is kind of low.
Yeah.
Like at the rim is that's like really low, right? Yeah.
He's never been
Okay.
a good finisher. Like the
Yeah, it's
only
not
thing
athletic at
he's
all.
kind of improved on this year was his three-point shot.
Yeah.
And that might have been a fluke for all we know, really.
I swear his 3-point shot was good in one other year before this. No, it wasn't. It was always pretty bad. Okay. I guess it got better each. It's gotten better every single year he's been in the NBA though. So,
That's true.
wow.
But yeah, I
Yeah.
think we saw with DeRozan too and Levine. They just traded them right when their value was kind of at its lowest, and I think they're going to do the exact same thing with
Yeah.
Kobe, who's in an expiring deal. Probably does. They don't want to extend them. Same with
Yeah.
Vucevic. Same with Patrick Williams, who's on a long-term deal, but he's at his lowest point value wise because he sucks.
Yeah.
And his contract's pretty big. So I think they're just going to try to get rid of all of these guys and finally kind of embrace a rebuild with the mediocre young core.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Um, my team now is the Nets, and my hot take, as we discussed earlier before the pod started, is that I mean I can go through a little bit what they did. They traded their biggest thing was trading Cam Johnson for Michael
You
Porter
didn't do the
Jr.
Heat?
Oh shit, I skipped the Heat. My bad. I did the Heat. I did the
Okay,
Heat. My
okay.
bad. Okay, let's go to the Heat. Oh, this is a good one.
Yeah.
So I have the Heat as a top 6 seed this year. I like the roster. Like looking at like their top five looks really, really good. They're starting. I'm assuming they're starting Tyler here at the one. They go Norm Powell at the two, Wiggins, Bam, and then Khalil Ware, I guess, is their center. They don't have
Yeah.
Kevin Love anymore. Off the bench, it's looking kind of scary. They have Terry Rozier, Jaime, Haywood Highsmith. I'm probably forgetting some important people, but whatever. So their top five looks really, really good.
Davion.
And yeah, Davion Mitchell. Yeah, sorry. He had like good that one play in game was pretty crazy too.
Yeah, that was
Um,
crazy.
yeah, so I think they're kind of rejuvenated team now that they have Norman Powell. Let's not forget, I do cover the Clippers later on, and Norman Powell was a big reason for their like they kind of Clippers didn't start off the year super strong, and Norman Powell was a big reason why they kind of stayed afloat when Kawhi wasn't playing.
Yeah.
And I think he can provide the same punch for him this year. Wiggins also had a stretch this year. He averaged like 23 after the trade with like shooting like 50, 40, 50, like 39, 80, some shit like that. And he averaged 19 overall since the trade. So he looks good. And then, of course, they have Bam, who had a crazy down year this last year. Hopefully, again, like it's weird. Devin Booker and Bam after the Olympics had really bad years. Tatum also shooting the ball weird. But yeah, hopefully he kind of has a like a bounce back year. And then Khalil Ware, like he showed a ton of flashes. Summer League, it looked too easy for him. And the regular season looked really good. So that two-man, that front court with Bam and Clearwhere, I like it a lot. Again, we keep talking about the weak East, so I think this team could be a top six seed. They still have Eric Spoelstra, and he's known for taking rosters like this to like unknown heights. So yeah, I don't even know if that's a hot take. I think this team looks really good.
Yeah, maybe top six. I feel like might be high for me. I
Okay,
feel like they're a play-in team, but like high in like home court play-in, I guess.
that's the hot thing, I guess. The hot part of the
No,
take.
I mean, yeah. A lot. I feel like I've seen Zach Lowe kind of in on the Heat. I think I've seen Bill Simmons also kind of in on the Heat. I
Yeah,
still don't like their roster because I mean, they're not bad, but I just don't like feel like a lot of players are that impact players.
yeah,
And
yeah,
they're really like Bam was really disappointing. So I feel like if he has a bounce back year, that can really change things. But yeah, I mean, Norm Powell is really kind of the difference maker from last year. Obviously, they traded really nothing, Kyle Anderson and Kevin Love. So you add him and kind of into that Terry Rozier spot, kind of what you expected Terry Rozier would be. It's a pretty good team. Still not a lot of playmaking. The defense
yeah.
will probably just be mediocre, like always
I
good.
think the defense could be good, like just
Yeah,
because I don't know if they would do something this crazy, but they could start. I feel like Davion started some games from like I could see them starting
he did.
Davion
Yeah,
and taking Norman Powell off the bench. I feel
yeah, I can
like
see that too.
you have four very, very good defenders in your starting lineup around Tyler Hero, and
Right.
I think the team, it's like you said. I don't know if unimpactful is the right word. Like maybe you think Tyler Hero's unimpactful, 25 a game, or like Norm Powell. But like I feel like they have a lot of very, very good supporting pieces, like very, very good ones. Right, like a very good number three options on a team, like an Andrew
Yeah.
Wiggins or a Bam or a Tyler Hero. Like if you had like Kevin Durant on the team, for example, you would probably call it a contender. So
Yeah, I
maybe
kind
if
of
you had
agree. I
better
think
playmaking,
unimpactful is the word I'm thinking of. Like these
is
are
it
all guys I'm just
unimpactful?
not high on. I think except Bam, like who's really like a
Wiggins, like
big,
unimpactful.
yeah.
Like I feel like that's not the right word because like you see
No, I
it
mean,
on a good team, he can. I just
yeah,
don't think like it's like putting role guys on like elite role guys on. Like does that mean they become like I guess the question is when McCall went to the Nets, would you call him unimpactful? Maybe as a number one option, he's unimpactful, but he's not an
right.
unimpactful player. So I guess maybe on the
Yeah.
like this combination of players are individually unimpactful because they don't have a star to lead them. But like when they play their roles,
Were
like
you
appropriate
high
roles,
on
I don't think
Wiggins
they
like
are
once he
unimpactful.
left? After 2022, were you high on Wiggins as like a big impact player though? I didn't really
After
see it.
23, he was fine. 24,
Okay.
he took a really big step back because his dad passed away. And then 25, he was great for us. He was really, really good before the Jimmy trade. Like, he was really good. Like,
Hmm.
putting, like, literally the same numbers as 2022 year.
Oh
He
yeah,
was
you're
still
right.
elite defensively. And he had a great, like, look at the numbers after he went to the Heat. He played really well, too. So, that's why it hurts so much to trade him. Like we want him, like the Warriors, like including me, like Warriors fans, we want him back on our team. Like he would be a great piece, with like Steph, Jimmy, Wiggins, Draymond, and Quentin, or whoever the fuck is our center. Like I feel like that's a really good fit for our team. So I don't. That's why I feel like it's not super fair to say unimpactful, just because
Yeah.
like if you put these guys in the appropriate role, they're definitely impact players. But yeah, like Bam's not your number one option. Like his if Tyler Hero averages 25 a game, yes, it's probably unimpactful because like you're basically just letting him shoot all the fucking shots, you know?
Right.
Um, yeah.
Everyone's like a
But yeah,
role above where they should be, it feels
exact,
like. Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Like they're a role, like almost like a role above it. Like they're playing a role above, and like they're also a step above the normal role players, but they're not all like they're not stars. They're
Yeah.
right between those two. So they're
And I
too
feel
good to
like they're
be role
also
players, but
they don't have a backup big, which is interesting. I mean, they just go Jovic because he's like 6'10", but
yeah. But
there's
they
no
could
one
take
other
Khalil off
than
the bench and
where,
start Jaime if he somehow starts playing really well. But that would be a really small team. So I don't know.
yeah,
Like Jaime has
he's been bad too. Like I feel like,
to take a step up. That was in my thing. Like he has to be
yeah.
really good this year. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, okay,
But I don't know.
it's
I
a
could
weak
see them
East,
being
so I could
decent.
definitely
Yeah,
see like,
100%.
but yeah, I'm not like we saw how bad they were in the
Mm-hmm.
playoffs against the Cavs. Like that was probably the worst playoffs performance I've ever seen from a team.
Yeah, Tyler
Um,
Hero said we're not gonna get swept, bro. They lost by like 50.
exactly. But yeah. Okay, moving on. We have the Raps, were the 11 seed last year. Did not make the play-in and got Brandon Ingram kind of healthy at midway season. Um, they have kind of a big four, maybe even a big five if you include Pirtle.
Yeah.
It's an interesting starting lineup. A lot of guys who are like overpaid for what they are. IQ,
Yeah.
RJ,
Dude, it
like
reminds me a lot
yeah,
of the Heat. Like a similar situation where I feel like all these guys are very, very good, but
yeah,
they're not like number one guys. But like
exactly,
you want
exactly.
all of them on your team, but like not in the roles that they're playing right now for the Raptors.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, and I agree. And they're definitely overpaid. Like this is a first apron team for a team that like I don't know. It's very like centered on their starting lineup.
Yeah.
Not a huge fan of them personally. So I think my hot take is I think like this could be a pretty like this could become the worst situation in the East. And it's kind of a tough look because this is still a young team, right? Scotty's pretty young, rookie of the year 3 years ago or 4 years ago. So um, IQ is pretty young. RJ is pretty young. Like these are youngish guys, but the fact that they're in this salary situation with a team that's not that good, first of all, they were the 11th
Yeah.
seed last year, obviously health played a part in that, but I don't think they're going to be that good this year either. Again, this is like exactly the same situation where I'm not super high on them because I feel like they're overvalued in their roles. They have a lot of guys who just feel like
It's a
they're kind
weird
of,
fit, right?
yeah,
Don't just
it
feel like it's
is
a
a weird
weird
fit.
team. Like it's just a weird like I don't even know how to describe it. I just don't like seeing
I don't like
RJ,
this is like the
Ingram,
most like
Scotty.
40 and 42 team of all time, I feel
You're
like.
so right. Yeah, they're
You
all
know,
very. I feel like they're all ball dominant too. I don't know. It's just a weird
no one's really like an
team.
off-ball player. Like that's really the
No, exactly.
problem, I
Yeah,
feel like.
yeah. They're all
Everyone kind of
pseudo
wants the ball in his,
playmakers. It's
yeah.
weird. It's weird. Yeah,
Everyone wants to shoot like a mid-range shot or a floater.
yeah.
Um, it's yeah, I just don't think they mesh together really well. And I
Mm-mm.
feel like IQ could be a contract that becomes untradeable. He has like 3 years left on
Yeah,
his deal, 32 and a
he's
half million.
underperforming that. Yeah,
And yeah, he was shot pretty like mediocre. Like hasn't improved since that six man of the year campaign he had with the Knicks.
I don't
RJ
get
had
the
a good
Ingram
year
move,
last
dude.
year.
Yeah, yeah.
Ingram
It's
hasn't
just a
really
weird
shown like
move.
significant improvements in the last couple of years. He's still a great player, but like I feel like he's dropped off from like a guy who I could see as like a top 30 player and to not, like now he's not really there at all.
Yeah, no.
Scotty again, he's good, but does he like is he a good offensive player to the point where you would trust him to be like a number one or number two option? I don't think so. And
And he can't
yeah,
stay healthy, it feels like. I feel like the last couple of years he's not. I have to check, but I feel like Scotty's just been hurt. Um, no, never mind. I don't know why I thought that. He was 65 last year and then 60 the year before. Okay, never mind.
yeah, I'm not too high on it.
Yeah.
So I say they could be like quickly become like the Bulls, like and then they just eventually have to start whittling down their roster, start trading guys away, and then maybe build around a couple of guys who's left. I really don't see them having a big future ahead.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Bulls comparison actually is very good. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the Brooklyn Nets. So, yeah, I had already earlier started saying it. Um, I think the Nets, like everyone already expects them to be shit with their Michael Porter Jr. addition in exchange for Cam Johnson. I see a lot like Michael Porter Jr. now has a YouTube channel. He's like potting or not potting, but like vlogging his time
Interesting.
on the Nets. Like he's excited. People say like apparently some execs think he's gonna like lead the league in scoring, which I think is insane. Like I swear to God, I read that. Like some anonymous, maybe it's the
That's
fucking
crazy.
yeah, maybe it's like Sean Marks. I don't even know if Sean Marks is still
Probably.
with the Nets. Yeah.
Now he is, yeah.
Um. So yeah, I don't know who said that shit, but I think that's insane. My hot take is that Michael Porter Jr. does not like. I explicitly am saying he will not have a career year. I think the Nets will be shit. Like will be very bad. I one other hot take I just thought of. First of all, I think Nick Claxton gets traded. I before this podcast we just saw a rumor of the Celtics wanting to get him, which would, I guess, go against my take of the Celtics being bad this year. But my other take is Cam Johnson signs a 1 year deal with the Nets and then like can get traded. Like I could totally see him
Cam
getting traded or
Thomas.
something. Yeah, Cam Thomas. Did I say
I
Cam
think,
Johnson?
yeah, I could, yeah, you did. I think I
Yeah.
could see him just taking his qualifying off. Like maybe that he
Yeah.
just
Okay.
does
Yeah. There you
that.
go. And
Yeah.
then yeah, and then if he has another year, he could maybe get a bigger contract with another team, or I could literally see him getting traded. Like this, I'm trying to think of a situation this reminds me of like a guy who's like trade like not trade like his I guess the perception like it comes to earth like you you get like he gets like grounded in reality really fast. I don't know why. I feel like there's another scorer very similar to him. I don't know why I was thinking of Alonzo Trier. Remember Alonzo Trier from like
Yeah.
2017? And like guys were saying he's like better than Luca. Um, and on the Knicks, he had like a stretch of like really good games and like he was just a pure scorer. But in reality, it wasn't that good.
Yeah.
And I'm a big Cam Thomas believer, but I fear
I'm
that
not as much so.
I know. You probably you might be right to not be, but I fear that like that he could be headed down a similar path.
I
Maybe
saw
he's
his
definitely not
numbers
as
though lately.
bad as Alonzo Trier.
I might be too low on him. Like he's
Yeah,
pretty good.
24 a game, bro. Like, come
24 a
on.
game, like pretty efficient.
Not terrible. Like
I just
35
feel
from
like he's a
three.
bad
Like, come
culture
on,
guy.
man.
Like I really do think that like he's not.
I
We
think
haven't
that
seen
could
him in a
fix. I
winning
don't
culture,
think
so I
that's
feel like
like
maybe that's like a
exactly
confirmation bias thing. But
is
it's just
like
hard
he
to
had 1 year
imagine him in a
KD.
winning situation. Like obviously he's doing this in a number one role, but even in a decreased role, what he feels like he would just be a guy like I want the ball in my hands, get out of the way, and then if he
Okay,
doesn't, he'll
like
just stay in like the. He's not like a real off-ball player in any sense. That's the thing.
remember how like remember how we felt about Anthony Edwards earlier in his career? Like before he had a good team around him. I feel like you could it's a very similar vibe. Like he showed flashes of a purely like elite offensive player, but he gave off like not great culture vibes too. And I know Cam Thomas isn't like young or he's not like it's not like he's a young Anthony Edwards. They're the same age, but I think once you put a guy in a winning environment, he will develop certain skills. Like you saw Anthony Edwards take strides as a playmaker, as a defender. Again, I'm not saying Cam Thomas is as good as Anthony Edwards. He's not, and he never will be. But I think like team culture can change how the guy acts, right? Like he's just been around shit his entire career after that. They edged him with Kevin Durant and Kyrie that 1 year, and then since then it's been a total shit show.
I feel like
So
this was
I
I
think
don't
yeah,
know. I
you are
feel like that
harsh
was
on
how
him,
you I feel like that was
but
how you thought about him like maybe his second season. But like this is Cam Thomas to like fourth. Hmm.
who? Cam Thomas or
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards? Yeah, yeah,
No,
Cam
Anthony Edwards,
Thomas.
like you probably thought about that.
No,
Like
but
his
what is he
third
supposed
season, he
to
was an
do? Like,
all-star.
oh, okay,
Oh no, I
yeah,
agree with that. Like I
in
do
his
agree with
first or
that.
second season is
Like if he goes to another team, becomes a six man, and he thinks he's a star, then he gets paid as a six man. Like that's what his career becomes. So
yeah,
I do agree. Like he's in a tough boat. Like especially if he ends up being a guy who's like legit, like
yeah.
all-star scorer, which maybe he could be. I'm not
He could
ruling
be
that
a Lou
out.
Williams, bro. Like he could be better than Lou Williams. Is
Yeah,
yeah,
maybe. But I feel like
yeah.
he doesn't see himself as Lou Williams. That's the thing. Like he sees himself as,
No, I'm sure Lou Williams also didn't see himself as Lou Williams in his 4th year. I don't know. Like
yeah. But I
he
just
needs
think
to,
he thinks
yeah.
himself as like Anthony Edwards because he averages 24 points a game. Or like
He does
Anthony
average
Edwards, I don't know.
24 a game, but like that matters. Him averaging
No,
24 a
yeah.
game matters.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not like empty stats. I mean, it's empty, but it's not really like there's no such thing as empty stats in the NBA, is I guess my point.
Yeah.
Like if you're averaging 24, you are a good NBA player. Okay. Are you the perfect offensive player? No. Okay.
Hmm.
But you can help winning in the right situation. So I just think he needs a chance on a good team. But yeah, I think I can see him getting traded this year itself to a contender because like he's unhappy in his role, or the Nets want to get something back for him, knowing he's not going to come back. I can see that happening. So I guess that's my hot take. I think that's one that people aren't really talking about much. So I think it's pretty hot. Um, and yeah, and I think the Nets will start trading with other pieces if they can. So yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
you now
I
say?
you also had the Sixers, so you kind of had the next three.
Oh shoot, you're right. Yeah. Oh shit. Okay, okay. So yeah, I also have the Sixers because I traded side the Warriors. Yeah, my hot take is that the Sixers are going to either trade or waive Embiid this year. So I
Wow.
saw, I know, yeah,
That
I
is
know,
hot.
hot,
That is
right?
hot.
Hot,
Yeah.
hot indeed. Yeah. So I saw a report today that Embiid is like he's cooked, like it's actually fucking cooked. It happened. It all came out today. I saw an article saying Embiid's gonna have a Yao Ming like trajectory for the rest of his career. He's past 30 now. His knees are fried. And he himself seems down on the rest of his career. So I think he gets waived or traded. I think a team could take a flyer on him. The reason I added waived there is because he's on a big contract. So I'm not sure if a team would be willing to trade for him. I think again getting waived would be more realistic. And I think the Sixers, like if Paul George, like people are saying that he's gonna like have a better year this year, after his like disappointing year last year, but he just had surgery again. So he might be cooked too, honestly. So at that point, you're left with three elite, like possibly elite guards, and Jared McCain, Tyrese Maxey, and VJ Edgecombe. So I feel like the Sixers could just do a complete fire sale of their guys. I could see they might have to attach a pick to Paul George, but I don't think this is going to be some resurgent year for the Sixers. I think they're going to trade Joel Embiid
I don't know if it's possible, dude.
or waive him,
You,
whatever. Yeah.
but you can't waive him because you're paying him like nearly $60 million a year.
Yeah, I guess
And then
the
you do
Dame thing
the
really has me biased.
yeah, like Dame thing maybe, but you'd have to wait at least 2 seasons to do that. This one and then the year after, because you can't waive and stretch, I think, after a certain amount of money. Like they had to do with the Beal thing, right? They
Yeah,
can you have to give up a certain amount of money. Like Embiid has 4 years left on his deal.
that's so
Um,
insane.
and he's getting paid 35 to 37% of the cap each year, which
Fuck.
is pretty absurd. Like he is probably the worst
He's getting
contract
like
in the
65
league.
mil a year. Yeah.
It's
This is crazy. He's not going to
I
start
mean
this
it's
year. Like they said, he's not making
yeah.
progress.
He's
So
making 55 this year, 59 the year after, 62 the year after that, 67. Like it's pretty absurd how much he's getting paid. Um, I can't see him doing that just for that reason, and I can't see him making a trade. I feel like he's just gonna rot on the Sixers.
maybe
Probably
he
in a situation he
retires,
doesn't
bro. I
love.
don't
I
know.
could see that. That's
It was
probably an
dude,
option.
it was a Sixers insider who literally said the end is near. That's insane.
Yeah,
This is one of the most talented players of all time we're talking about, and
yeah. It's
is
so
it's
sad,
just
man.
done for him. I think Joel may know that the end is near, and this is just me saying, and is kind of like explaining to people what he's been going through because rarely do you have a guy tell you how much pain and how
Hmm.
much they're going through. The thing I took from it was no matter who is there, the culture is the same, and I feel like Joel Embiid knows that. It may not be this season, but the end is near, and he feels as though he can't play at the level he used to. So he's admitting that like yeah, it's done, and he means nothing to the organization. He literally said like nothing's gonna change. I don't know if that's what you took from that, but that's depressing. Like I still remember Joel Embiid's first game against the Thunder, where he had the Hakeem Dream Shake at the top of the
Oh
key
yeah,
and hits
yeah.
like a 20-foot mid range, and like the crowd's going crazy, and he does the fucking like thing, and it's like oh
The DX
man,
chop, yeah.
it's so sad. Like
No, I
it's I
agree.
guess it's like poetic almost how he started his career with two fucking horrific years of not playing, and then it's gonna end with more injuries. It's so sad.
I mean, he's a Hall of Famer, for sure.
Yeah, of course.
Like, but yeah, I mean. I hope he doesn't get like I hope he has a resurgence, even in like a minor role, like just trying to limit his minutes and maybe just be a high impact big in like short amount, like just always have the
DeMarcus
minutes.
Cousins type shit, bro.
Yeah, maybe like for
Or
real.
Marc Gasol, maybe. Marc Gasol wasn't
He's
even an
not
injury
built.
thing. He was just old. Yeah,
I
sorry.
don't think he's built for like a playoff run in the slightest, but like as a guy who could play like 20 minutes a game and like score 20 points in those 20 minutes because that's how good he is. Um,
Yeah.
Like I think that's maybe where his career is getting to, and that's honestly I hope that that happens. Like I feel like that's the best case outcome at this point, and like
Yeah.
especially like if the Sixers just keep trying to play him like 35 minutes and then eventually like he just out next season for all we know. Like I hope that that's not what ends up
Man.
happening.
I just want him to reach the conference finals, bro. I'm sick and tired of like all
Yeah,
this this
yeah, yeah.
happened and this guy died after living 100 years and he still couldn't see Embiid reach the conference
Yeah,
final. It's so
exactly.
sad, man. I feel so bad. Um
For real.
but yeah, I think yeah, so what do you think of my hot take? You think that at
I
least
mean, I
like
don't think financially it's possible, but
yeah,
I get the sentiment. Like I feel like
yeah,
maybe the hot take would be just Embiid retires
yeah.
because
That'll
like
hit so hard. Like I'll be real. I
yeah.
really like Joel Embiid, man.
No,
It's
for
gonna
real.
make me sad to see him gone.
I was
Yeah,
always more of a Jokic guy, but like,
I know,
man,
I
he's
know. There
so
was
fucking
always
good.
Jokic and Embiid between us.
Yeah,
I never thought Joel Embiid was better for a second, but I always like rooted for him because I just knew like people hate him.
yeah, and he was so like
Yeah,
he is insanely good. Like he is probably the most unguardable guy I've ever seen.
yeah. He
Um,
dropped like fucking 70 on Victor Wembanyama in their first meeting.
yeah, I feel like he could do that whenever he wants. Like if he just wanted to. Like he's that
Yeah, I mean he
good.
gets like 20 free throws a game. Like it's nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Okay, I have the next team as well. I actually am excited about this one. I have the Charlotte Hornets. My hot take is that they are going to be a solid play-in team,
Mm.
meaning they're gonna. I don't
What
know
an
what that means.
accomplishment.
I don't know. Hey, fuck off. All right. What were they like a 13 seed this year? 14. I don't even know
Yeah,
if they were a
13.
14 seed. 13 seed. Yeah.
14, sorry.
14. Yeah, it evens.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, that's what I'll take. I think Knuppel is an NBA ready talent. He was amazing in college. I think he played decently in summer league too, I think. Um, I didn't watch
Yeah.
much of summer league. I looked
He
at the box
got
scores. Yeah, he won an MVP,
finals
right?
MVP.
Finals MVP. Yeah. So had a good summer league. Brandon Miller took a step back last year and was kind of like fucked over by injuries, and as was LaMelo Ball every single year.
Yeah.
One more thing, Miles Bridges. We don't like Miles Bridges on this podcast, but he was dealing with a lot of shit that he was fully responsible for last season. So having like a complete season, hopefully away from distractions. I mean, hopefully he's in jail, but if not, hopefully he has a full like 82 game season. And they still have like a very, very deep team around him. I think one reason why I was high on this team is because LaMelo Ball, who is usually plagued by injuries, has like three or four backup, like solid backup guards. I mean, you have Khan, you have Trey Mann, you have Spencer Dinwiddie, you have Colin Sexton. Those are four like NBA rotational guards, right? Like they're all combo guards, which is great. So yeah, I think the team is like pretty solid. And then I
Here's a
think
question for you. Who is their
yes.
starting center?
Well, is it Diabate? I don't even know.
Maybe
Yeah.
Diabate, Mason Plumlee.
Yeah,
It
Mason
could
Plumlee
be
might be their backup. I feel like why not just start the young guy?
Cockbrenner. Like they don't.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
He's a he's a
Rookie or what?
rookie,
Yeah, okay.
second round pick. Yeah,
Okay. Mm.
um, like that's what I'm saying. And also, it's hard to imagine there are five teams worse. It's hard. I mean, it is pretty easy to imagine.
Worse,
It's
right?
hard. It's
No,
hard to
yes.
imagine there are five teams worse than the Hornets right now in the East. As bad as the East is, I mean, I guess you're anticipating the Celtics to get there. I struggle to see that.
Celtics, Raptors. I don't even know, honestly.
Raptors,
I don't
like
even know.
if we're comparing
I don't know.
rosters, that's tough.
Okay, whatever, bro. This is like hot take
Yeah,
for a reason, right? Hot
fair
take
enough.
for a
Fair
reason.
enough.
And
Hot take for a
also, like,
reason.
Colin Sexton is super tradable. He's on an expiring, right?
Yeah,
So that's super tradable. Again, you wouldn't trade it for asset for you wouldn't trade it for a player though, so only get worse trading him. But um I do think again,
I
like
think you
their
need like a real LaMelo
ceiling.
season, like a
Yeah,
real
yeah.
like
I
LaMelo
mean,
super
every
season.
season, I mean, LaMelo started the season off just fucking emptying the clip. He averaged like
Yeah,
30. Remember, he was shooting
exactly.
everything. If you can see that somehow sustain that for a season, I was hoping Charles Lee would make a bigger impact on the team, but I'm hoping that Brandon Miller just has a better year. I think he showed a lot of flashes in his rookie year and took kind of a big step back last year. So, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure he had a pretty like down year last year. Yeah, efficiency down across the board. So yeah, and he only played 27 games. He had a fully like healthy rookie year, 74 games. Second year only plays 27. He averaged 21, but he shot 40 from three, and 40 from the field and 35 from three. So I'm hoping for a better year from him. And yeah, I mean, I think the team looks pretty solid. You have a starting five of like, I'm assuming they're gonna start Trey Mann. I'd hope he had a really good year for him last year. So then after, yeah, he had a good year from last year, and even after trade the year before. So you have Lamelo, Trey Mann, Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges, and Diabate. Again, not sure if Diabate will be a starting center, Mason Plumlee, but I think that's a pretty solid like starting five. I think you have
That's
three
fine.
20-point scorers in there, which is funny. I don't know, like if they all take steps up, they're all pretty young.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I just really struggle to see it because I mean like it just the East is bad, but I don't know if it's that bad where you could see five teams worse than them. Um,
yeah,
especially like they
that's
don't have
true.
a starting big. But maybe, like we've seen LaMelo drag a team to the play-in before.
We
And
have
again,
seen
East
that.
is super weak.
Yeah, like
So,
Nets, Wizards,
yeah.
Celtics. Hopefully, if they shut down Jalen Brown.
Yeah.
Hopefully, the Raptors. Hopefully, I don't know. That's a close one.
Maybe
Maybe the Bucks if
Bulls.
they shut down. Yeah.
I
Oh,
could see Bulls.
Bulls. Oh, come on. Yeah. Okay. I think those five, like at least four of those, I would convincingly take. Actually the Wizards. I don't even know, bro. Like I don't know. They might.
The Wizards playing? Dude, I don't know. I'm not seeing that.
No, maybe not play. Yeah, actually, yeah, I guess it is playing or not, right? I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. They have Chris Middleton. Actually, they don't have Marcus Smart anymore. They have Chris
No.
Middleton. They have
CJ.
like CJ. Alex Sarr takes a step. Corey Kispert's still there. Jordan Poole's not there anymore. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's like an all right team. They have like the young guys like Keyshawn George, Bub. Um, Who's the last guy
Yeah,
I'm missing? Bub, Keyshawn, and
Bilal.
Bilal. Oh, right. No, no, not even Bilal. There's another rookie from
Oh
last
yeah,
year.
Trey
They have
Johnson.
to trade. Oh, Trey Johnson. Okay, okay, okay. Was
All
it Trey
right,
Johnson?
or
Okay,
Alex Sarr.
yeah.
Who are you talking about? Yeah,
No, I had. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Alex. Sorry. Duh. I already mentioned
yeah.
him. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't know.
All right. Speaking of the
That's all
Wizards,
you. Yeah.
last place 15th seed in the East last year, and my hot take is that Trey Johnson will win Rookie of the Year, and he's going to average
Nice.
20 a game. Um,
Oh
he's pretty.
wow.
I think there's not a lot of offense on this team. I think CJ McCollum is probably the best scorer, and he's
That's
not a
so
guy who I
sad.
anticipating being like a guy who gets a lot of playing time. Like I feel like he could be rerouted pretty easily because he is
Yeah.
old. He's probably like there for being a more of a mentor role than actually playing real minutes for the Wizards. And I feel like they want to go all in on this young team that they have. Trey
Yeah.
Johnson is an elite scorer. I thought he was the best scorer in the draft. Like
Yeah.
I
You've
think
said
better
that
than
before,
Cooper.
actually. Yeah. Yeah.
The real three-level scorer, an elite shooter. I could see like I'm not too impressed by Bub. Like I feel like a lot of people think he's
Yeah.
like the guard of the future for the Wizards.
He
He's
has cool
fine.
handles.
He has cool handles, decent mid-range shooter. Other than
Yeah.
that, his statistics were pretty awful last
Yeah.
year. And I think Trey could just like soak up all that volume, be like a Cam Thomas for them, and just go off. And I feel like you average 20, you have a pretty good chance of winning Rookie of the Year unless you're like really impactful on a winning
Facts.
team. So
Wait, you
flag,
said he's gonna have a rookie of the year too?
yeah,
Was
I
that
could
your
see. I
hot
mean,
take?
that is my hot take. Yeah.
Wow, over Cooper.
Yeah, because there's so many guys in front of him, I feel like Cooper obviously probably gonna get that starting spot immediately, but like you got a guy like PJ Washington who could take his minutes. You have a guy like Klay Thompson
Uh,
who could take his minutes. Like
I
if
don't know,
you
man.
Jason Kidd, like we don't know how much he's gonna want to like if this is a team that can win games, if as good as
You're
Cooper
talking
Flag
about
is,
Cooper Flag though. Like you're
as
talking
good
about
as
putting
he
PJ
is,
over or Clay over Cooper Flag or
yeah, yeah,
Najee
yeah.
over Cooper Flag. That's
But he's an
seems kind of
off-ball player.
outrageous.
He's gonna be an off-ball player on this team, I feel like, than a real like initiator. And
That's
so
fine,
because
but
of
I
that,
don't
like he's
think.
probably gonna
Yeah,
average like 10 points a game. I could see that, or like
my
maybe
prediction is
15.
like 14, 7, and 5.
Okay, if he does that, he probably wins
He's
it,
winning for sure
especially if
because the
the Mavs
defense
win.
is elite, right?
Yeah, the
Like,
defense is lead, especially if the Mavs are good. But if Trey
yeah.
Johnson averages like 21 a game, I think he makes a pretty compelling case.
Yeah, I
So
mean that's quite the hot take, my friend. It's a
yeah,
nice way to end it off for the East. That's a nice hot take. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't really have much of an opinion. I don't watch college basketball. I don't know shit about Trey Johnson, so I don't want to talk out of my ass. But once the season starts, I could tell you how I feel about Trey
fair
Johnson.
enough, fair enough.
Um, but yeah, you think how do you think the Wizards are going to be this year?
Still 15. I'm not
Still 15.
anticipating. Yeah, I
So
mean,
the Hornets will be better than the Wizards. Awesome. Okay.
I'll give them 13 to the like I maybe the yeah
13 wins or 13 seed?
13th seed.
Okay, okay. Oh man, that's funny. Okay, so let's move on to the Western Conference now. Before we do that, just want to let you listeners know that we're recording this segment a couple of days later, and there's just a little bit of a news we want to talk about. So first off, let's start off with the Mikal extension. Mikal Bridges of the Knicks got a 4-year, $150 million extension. What is that? Like almost 40 a year, like 36, 37 a year, 37 and a half a year, I think.
Yep, 37
Um,
and a half.
so yeah, I mean, like I don't know. What are your thoughts on this? It's not like this is why Jalen Brunson took the pay cut, right? So all these guys can get paid. They could stay on the same team, keep the same core
Yeah.
long term. I feel like it's kind of like a lot of money, like 40 million for Mikal. It might be an overpay, but I feel like you have to do it. I don't know. I don't know what the alternative to this is.
Yeah, I mean it's around like 25% of the cap. This is a lot of money to four players. Obviously, you had Brunson
Yeah.
who took the pay cut, which kind of helps with that, but
Hmm.
this is a very like second apron team. Like it's definitely going to get there very soon.
Yeah.
So, I mean, don't have a ton of flexibility in that case, but that's kind of the decision you make. They probably see themselves as a championship team this year, and honestly, fair enough. Like
Yeah.
they made the conference finals last year, and then the final team lost their best player. So there's a real gateway for them to win the Eastern Conference this year. So I think rewarding a guy not having to worry about your cap sheet for the next year, like free agency and all that, you have your guys set for at least the next couple years.
Yeah.
It's a pressure off them, and you have guys kind of motivated and knowing their situation. So that
Yeah.
there's an advantage there. Um, but yeah, I mean, this is a good enough team. They're all like not super old. Where Mikhail, he's around like what 29 right now. So
Mm.
this isn't like a bad contract by any means. He's 28,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
4 years extension gonna last until like he's like 32, 33. I think it's a good enough deal. He's probably worth a little less than that in my opinion, especially because since OG got around 42, and I think he's definitely better. But
Better.
the
Yeah.
Iron Man quality of Mikal is kind of important for, especially for Knicks team that plays a lot of guys,
Yeah.
or doesn't play a
Definitely.
lot of guys, sorry, where they need like guys to like really stay healthy. So
Yeah. I mean, they will,
yeah,
assuming this year they'll start playing their depth more.
yeah, we'll
Um,
see.
yeah, I think I don't know. Yeah, I feel like there's not that much to analyze with this. You just have to like, yeah, you're betting on this team. You develop, got a better bench this offseason, and you got to lock up the key guys, right? So,
Yeah,
and I mean, 37 and a half, you could probably still move this contract if you needed to, but
yeah.
like, I think it's super fair for yeah. Um, one more thing, Jonathan Kuminga, the saga continues, I guess, with the Warriors. Both parties don't want to like go into next season together. Like they really, yeah, they just don't. Warriors don't want him back. Kuminga wants to leave. He's posted on his Instagram that he thinks he's worth 4 years, 90 million. Warriors offered him 2 years, like half of that 45. The
So
Kings and the
from
Suns are
reports,
interested, but yeah.
I haven't gotten the sense that the Warriors don't want him. It
Oh,
doesn't seem
today it
like
came out. Today
really.
they literally said that the Warriors don't want him back, and
Okay,
Kuminga
because I
doesn't want to
saw
go
they
back to the
offered him
Warriors.
two
Yeah, 2 years
for
45, but I think
40.
that's more
Yeah.
just like to lock him up, meaning just get him back on the team so you can trade him. Because right now
Right.
we're
Okay.
kind of just waiting for him to make a decision so that we could like make moves. Like we still haven't re-signed Gary Payton. We
Yep.
still haven't gotten Al Horford. We
Yeah.
still haven't gotten DeAnthony Melton. Like who all three of those guys were rumored to join the Warriors. Mark Stein said he met Gary Payton today. And he was
Hmm.
like, "What's going on with you and the Warriors?" He was like, "We're all just waiting on JK for." And he explicitly said, "We're waiting for Al Horford." Like Al Horford's waiting for JK as well.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of crazy what this is turning into. And I don't. We didn't talk about the Kings offer for him or the Suns offer for him. It was like Royce O'Neal, Nick Richards, and 4 second-round picks or
Yep.
something. I don't even know how much I hate that. Like, I feel like I would want another asset instead of Nick Richards because I don't think we need him. Like I feel like Quentin Post in his second year. Maybe he's better than yeah, maybe like an alternative to Chase Sexton Davis. But Royce O'Neal would be a nice fit with us. I just feel like we need someone else. I don't know who we get. Warriors don't want Dylan Brooks. Suns don't want to give up Dylan Brooks. For the Kings, they've made Keegan Murray and Keon Ellis untouchables. So I'm not really sure. Like, and it's like I saw someone tweet this today. Like, how telling is it that the Bulls, Kings, and Suns are the three teams that actually want Kuminga? Like, that says enough about who Kuminga is as a player. If probably the three worst run franchises in the league are the only ones willing to trade for him.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just, it's like so much drama going into Steph's maybe last good year, maybe second to last good year. Either way, just like, yeah, I don't know. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen the quality of teams that are kind of going after him. The Kings,
Yeah.
Bulls, and Suns. So it really seems like, I mean, for his sake, that's probably a pretty good situation. A team that will be willing to give him what he wants, which is the ball and kind of chance to develop his own
Yeah.
on-ball skills. And I kind of agree with the sentiment that he has, where it's like the Warriors kind of stunted his growth because
Uh,
he's kind of forced to play in a system where he's off ball a lot, having to move around. It's just not a style that seems very compatible with what he's good at, which is a lot more
yeah.
on ball scoring. And we've seen in moments, like especially during the Wolves series, like he can put up points, like especially when he has the ball in his hands. There's a lot of talent there. Do I think it's going to translate to a lot of winning on good teams? I'm not sure about that.
So what's the growth with that? That's where I push back, right? Like I think the
Yeah.
only valid thing would be in 2023 when we consistently played Anthony Lamb over him. Like that was weird. This was a guy who wasn't even fully signed to the team until like
Yeah.
there's like 12 games left in the season, right? And he's getting like Kaminga's getting DNP as well. Anthony Lamb is starting. Um, but like I've said this before about Kuminga, like if you're truly a good player in the league, you'll be able to play a smaller role. Like how many times do you see it where a player will be a very positive role player on a team, and then they're like, okay, I want to be on my own team, I will. Harden has done that. Several other players have done that. So Kuminga should, if he is truly the good player that he acts like he is, he should be able to play a certain role for the Warriors and impact winning. And he hasn't done that so far in his career. So if he wants
Yeah,
to be an empty numbers guy on like a shitty team, that's fine. But I don't think it's fair to say we've stunted his growth. Okay, perhaps
he
he. I
hasn't
mean, he will.
played the amount he thinks he should have, which I would have kind of agreed because
This
he
year
just
he got a ton of opportunity. I
no, I
think like
agree.
this year he
This
was.
year,
Yeah.
yeah, but like the first 3 years of his career, like it's
Well, the
been
first year of
hit
his
or
career, he was a
miss.
rookie on a championship team. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
how much he expected to play. And Moody was playing over him because we needed Moody more. Like in the playoffs, for example, like we needed shooting and defense, and Moody
And I'm not blaming the
provides that.
Warriors. I'm
Kuminga
just
doesn't provide
saying
either
the
of those two things.
situation for a
Yeah.
player like him who's very raw and kind of like that's just not the
Yeah.
system that worked I mean, like again, very cerebral kind of creative basketball. The Warriors play a lot of movement. He
Yeah.
doesn't seem like he's a huge off-ball guy. Like he can catch oops and stuff like that, and he can,
The way he plays
play in
should
the
be
dunker
like
spot.
his skill set is best utilized off ball. Like it
Right.
should be best utilized off ball.
Yeah.
He should not be an on ball player because he can't shoot the basketball. What's the point if you
Yeah.
can't shoot and you're not like he might be an elite rim like finisher, but I don't even know about that. I feel like his finishing is very inconsistent. So I don't know. And like again, I'll go back to the point. If he was truly like I don't want to say like Tim Duncan, but like Tim Duncan as a rookie was able to seamlessly fit into a Spurs team and won the championship. Like
Yeah.
I don't think it's a super fair comparison, but
I
like
just don't
Kuminga
think
has
he's
not able
like
to do
I don't think he's a winning player, right? Like
he's
right
not. That's
now.
my point.
So
So it's
that's
not
what
about
I mean. So
stunting
his
growth.
Yeah, I
Like
mean, I just don't think he's gotten the minutes over the last couple seasons where
that's
he's been able to
yeah.
develop
I think it's a
his
short leash. I think the
yeah.
short leash is the biggest issue with him. Where
That's the
like
only thing I would say. Like
that's the
when
main thing. I
yeah, when it comes
agree.
to the fact that he hasn't gotten like, that short leash is allows has not allowed him to really play on
Yeah.
ball until like this year basically. And then you kind of see like his potential there. And then his
Yeah.
off-ball ability, like it's fine. And then again, defensively, it's hard to kind of understand
Inconsistent.
where you're able to be at all times when you're not on the court. Then again, I mean, teams like the Warriors, they don't need to have a long leash for like especially, but at the same time, Warriors don't have a bright future, so maybe it would
It
have
was a
been worthwhile to
difficult
invest.
situation, but
Definitely,
yeah,
definitely.
but he's not a winning player, so I guess you'd rather tank and get a winning player than just keep him putting up bullshit numbers and like ruining what the last few years we have and stuff. I'm fine. Like it
Yeah.
sucks like how it ended, but whatever,
I'm
man.
just like, what do you think of this team without Kuminga though? I mean, Kuminga
I don't
was
think. Oh come on, dude! Like this team
I'm
after
not saying
Jimmy
he
trade, like
matters
Kuminga
that
was
much.
hurt.
Yeah, yeah, for
we
sure.
we
But
look better without Kuminga than we do with him with after post Jimmy trade. Like we look better without
mhm,
Kuminga. Kuminga gives us again, it's all in theory, right? Kuminga gives us this like slashing, theoretically off ball player, but he's not that. Like we would want him if he could play the role we wanted him to play and he could do it effectively, then yes, he is good. But like we went like 23 and 6 or whatever without him. Like after he came back, it was a wonky fit. And he
yeah,
had a couple flashes where he looked good, but for the most part, he was unplayable in that lineup with Steph, Draymond, and Jimmy.
yeah,
So like he can't shoot, he can't stretch the floor. He's not playing defense. He misses he doesn't have a super high IQ at all. Like he
yeah,
misses obvious reads all the time. So yeah, I mean he can't even play the GP2 role. That's the crazy
yeah.
part. Like, if he could just do that, he'd get an easy 18 a game and he'd lock up the best player on the other team, but he doesn't do that. So yeah. I
Well,
think
I was
whatever
just saying, like, as a regular season innings eater, right?
we
You're
get
putting
back to
so
him, he'd
much
be
on
valuable.
Steph. You're putting so much on Jimmy. Like, those are your
Yeah.
only two offensive players at this point, it seems like, who can really score for you. So now Kuminga was that real, like, third scorer. At least, I
Mm.
mean, think like points per game, he was third on your team. Um,
Yeah, a lot of that was when Steph was out and before Jimmy came though. Like he had a crazy like he admittedly had
right,
an amazing like December until he got hurt. Or like
right.
November, December when Steph was out too, he was having an amazing stretch of games. Like it was very impressive. Like he
Yeah,
single-handedly won us a Suns game. I remember when Steph was playing like ass. He played amazing defense on Kevin Durant. He was going at him on the other end. Like he's had some really good games, and he's best when the Warriors aren't playing in their system. But it doesn't matter because the highest output Warriors are playing this certain system that Kuminga doesn't fit in. So what's the point of playing mediocre basketball, like 500 basketball with Kuminga averaging 30 or like 25, or excellent basketball without Kuminga even playing? Like I just think it makes sense to prioritize the winning basketball. And again, you bring up the whole like points thing. I like we were sleepwalking to 10 plus point wins consistently after the Jimmy trade. Like it was like if you look at the margin of victory overall since the trade, when all three like Draymond, Steph, and Jimmy were playing, like we were killing teams. So like I don't and then and toward the end of the season they got hurt. Like when or like in the playoffs they got hurt. It became a little it looked a little harder. And then yeah, we lost. But I think I wouldn't worry as much. Like we do need like a replacement for Kuminga has to be decent. Like we need like Royce O'Neal and like one other piece would be nice, right? But I wouldn't be at like super worried about the scoring.
Okay.
Like because again, like he didn't play most of the games post trade deadline. Like he played like 3 or 4 games, if that. Like the Kings game he played, he basically was a DNP against the Nuggets. He played a couple minutes against the Lakers. He was a DNP against like the Grizzlies. I'm just thinking off the top of my head. And then the Clippers, I don't think he played a minute like that. He did not play 1 minute against the Clippers in our most important game of the season, which is
Yeah.
like a huge deal. Like everyone went crazy about it, like because Steve Kerr clearly is saying you don't win us games, and then barely played in the Rocket series, and then all of a sudden plays in the Timberwolves series where we just needed guys to put the ball in the hoop somehow. He was giving it all up on the other end, but he did have a phenomenal Wolves series. Like I agree, because someone had to shoot the ball,
Yeah.
right?
I mean,
So
he played a decent amount of games. It was
then
about
after the Jimmy trade, how
15.
many? He couldn't have played 15 after the Jimmy trade?
Well, I'm not exactly sure when the Jimmy trade was exactly, but he played since March 13th to April 11th. His minutes kind
Jeez.
of wavered around 15 to 20.
The first game was the Kings game.
Yes.
Let me see this. Yeah, the minutes must have been low because if you actually look at the game logs, he was ass in
I
the
mean, he
given
played he
minutes.
played around 20 minutes a game. Like
Yeah,
not
Knicks, he
terribly.
was bad. The and look at his plus minuses.
Well,
And then
yeah,
Steph didn't
yeah,
play some of
for
these
sure.
games too, but he was not like I can tell you every single one of these games. The Oh man, that Denver game was annoying. That was a crazy game. This was Kaminga's third game back with us. We were at home. I went to this game. We were at home against Denver. Jokic and Jamal were both out, and we lost to like the third
I do remember this.
string
Yeah,
guys.
it
Aaron
was
Gordon
St.
had like
Patrick's Day,
35 or some shit. Was it? It
wasn't
was
it?
March
I think
17th.
it
I don't
was,
know.
yeah, I
Whatever.
think it was St.
But yeah,
Patrick's Day.
I don't know. But he was fucking garbage, bro.
Yeah.
And I admit, like if you look at the games before that, in his like 15 game stretch before that, he was averaging, let's see, he was averaging something crazy. He was averaging 20 a game, shooting 41% from three in the games before that in December. Like I was saying, like he had an amazing December,
Yeah.
but he looked like shit when he came back. So like I feel bad for him. But we looked like if you actually look at our record when he wasn't playing, it just win after win after win after win. And then when he came, you started seeing a lot more L's in there.
He shoots
So
74% at the rim. That's pretty
oh
insane.
really this year? That is insane.
Yeah.
For the year, he shot 74% at the rim.
Yeah. But
Oh
any jump
jeez.
shot, 32%. Pretty
Oh
tough.
my God.
Pretty tough. And he shoots a
Yeah.
lot of them, to be honest.
Yeah, the mid range, like the 7 foot, 8 foot mid range is a common
Yeah.
shot. I thought it was actually like pretty. It had a quite an improvement. I feel like the last, like if you look at his stats for the first half of the season, I feel like the mid range stats would be much higher
I
because
could
I
see
remember
that.
his shot would not fall toward the end. Like he was doing like 2 for 10, 3 for 9, 2 for 7, a lot of games like that. And then yeah, okay.
What
Well,
type
that's
of
enough about
value?
Kuminga. But
I do want to ask
I
though,
don't
real
know,
quick.
dude. I don't
Yeah.
know what his value is. Like, if I'm the Warriors, they want a young player. Like, what the fuck? I don't think you're gonna get a young player for Kuminga. It's
Yeah, I
probably a
mean
young team that's trading for him in the first place. Like, I don't think a contender is gonna be trading for him. So, like, I don't know why a team would give up a young player for a young player like Kuminga. So, I would just expect literally Royce O'Neal and another Royce O'Neal would be perfect. Like those type. That level of player who's like obviously not some individual star, like a Dorian Finney-Smith level player and a Royce O'Neal level player, I would be super happy with. And like second round picks, what I don't go fuck, like sure. But like if they could give me like yeah, even replace Nick Richards' quality with another similar player that can fill out like a 3 and D role, I would be ecstatic about.
Sadly, I
So
mean, I guess Dylan Brooks. I don't know.
no, Dylan Brooks would be great, but the Warriors hate him. Warriors don't want him, and
Yeah, I did see that.
the Suns don't want to give him up. So yeah, that would be nice. I mean, the Kobe White thing, I guess we're out of those sweepstakes. That would have been beautiful
That feels
too.
like you're giving
And
up a
to
lot
think,
for Kuminga,
like, yeah, and
especially
to
you can
think
wait a
last
year
year,
maybe, and
uh,
you'll probably get him back or get him in free agency, unless another team makes
yeah,
a
it's
move, of
true.
course.
Dude, last year, the Knicks wanted, or not the Knicks, the Raptors wanted Kuminga, one young player, and a couple picks for OG. Can you imagine if we did that? That would have
No,
been
that would have
amazing.
been really good.
And then we could have traded for Jimmy this year too. I don't know how the salaries would work, but like
Probably
we
would have
wouldn't
worked.
have, I don't think those trades would have overlapped in terms of players. So that would have been nice, but what are you gonna do? Okay, let's
Yeah.
move on. We've spent
All
like
right.
enough time talking about Kuminga. So yeah, let's continue our hot takes for the East and West. So for the West, we're gonna go through the West now. I
Yep.
had all of the odd seeded teams. So I have the Thunder till and then I end with the Jazz, the 15 seed. So, but we did do a switch, right? I don't have the Warriors. You have the Warriors, and
I do
because I
have the
took the
Warriors.
Sixers earlier. So
Yep.
yeah. Let's just start with the Thunder. Okay, for some context, I mean the Thunder like they're probably favorites to repeat. They
Yep.
re-signed all their important guys like Jada, Chet, and Shea, like we've discussed, are going to be making damn near $1 billion over the next 5 years. It's wild, or however many years. And like they also have Topic coming up. They had their rookie, you said, looked good. And then AJ Mitchell also looked really good in summer league. So they have a nice young core, um, like backup core. My hot take is that they trade Lou Dort in
Mm,
this season,
okay.
only because I think he's the only guy you would even like him and Isaiah Hartenstein to me are the two guys you would even consider trading just because
Hmm.
of their contracts and like I just feel like it brings a little bit of cap flexibility. You guys have those three guys locked up. I feel like you have a lot of cheaper options that can do like most of what Ludort does. I feel like your best lineups were with Caruso in that spot. I guess you still played during those lineups. I guess you took out Isaiah Hartenstein, but like
Yeah.
you have a lot of like Case and Wallace type. You have Caruso, and I'm sure you have more who we can bring along to replace what Ludor does. So yeah, that's like the only hot take I really could have thought of for this team. Unless you think they're gonna trade like Chet or Jada, which I don't think will happen, unless Chet really underperforms the next like 3 years and it costs you a ring. So yeah, what do you think for your team?
Yeah, I don't think, I mean, personally, I don't think they're trading Lu Dort, but I mean, it's a hot take, so I respect it.
Yeah,
I think if they were to trade Dort, it would probably be in the offseason after. So they have
sure,
team
yeah,
options on both iHeart and Dort. So I feel like they're gonna probably lose iHeart in the offseason, which I think
yeah,
is fine. But going into the season, I think the Thunder are just confident we're gonna go just keep this exact roster throughout the regular season, keep it to the
yeah,
postseason, and then figure it out from there. Because none of the extensions have kicked in, right? We have the Jada Binchet extension kicking in the year after. So that's when you got to get rid of iHeart. You got to figure out what you're doing with Dort. Maybe just go into
mhm,
luxury tax for, I mean, maybe even close to the second apron by
yeah,
keeping Dort. But I feel like, I don't know, Sam Presti has some like magic way of getting really team-friendly deals.
mhm,
No one's really been overpaid on this roster at all, in my opinion. So I could
yeah,
see them like re-signing Dort on like a $20 million contract, but it starts descending or something like that. So it kind of works
mhm,
out with the cap flexibility. He's just
yeah,
like a huge part of the identity for the Thunder, especially
yeah.
like the
That's
perimeter
fair.
defense and people like the entire team kind of rooted for him to win Depoy for them this year because obviously they were like an amazing defense this year, and if anyone was to represent him like over J-Dub, over Shea, or Case and Wallace or whatever, they chose Dort. And I felt like that kind of risk, like that shows the amount of like identity he has and like the respect he has in the locker room there.
Yeah,
So I mean, again, not a bad hot take because of the salary cap situation that the Thunder have. I just think that Presti will figure out something in the offseason and then just focus
yeah,
on
maybe,
this regular season to just try and repeat with the same team they have.
yeah,
Because the core is there. So nothing's really changed about this roster at all.
yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah. If I this is like because I have to choose one. I don't know, like I
Yeah.
don't think anything will change. It doesn't make sense for them to change. So
I feel like
yeah.
maybe a hot
All
take
right.
could be
Yeah.
like Chet Depoy or something. Like that could be. I don't
Is
know if
that a
that's
hot
super hot.
take?
I
I
don't know if
don't know
that's
if it's
super
a hot
hot.
take. It's
I
not
guess
like
if
he'll
yeah.
improve. I'd hope he's in the running consistently, right?
Yeah, or like
So
maybe
yeah.
AJ Mitchell,
Shea
like legit.
repeats. No, I'm just kidding.
I could
Most
see that.
improved. Nah.
Yeah.
Who's Shea MVP again? I
Yeah.
highly doubt it. I
Really?
highly, yeah, I don't think it's happening.
Wow.
Like, I don't think the league, like fans definitely be pissed. I don't think like the media is gonna. No,
That's
I
fair.
don't know.
I
If
mean,
it
I'm just
was
thinking
this,
like the Thunder win like 70 games. I could see it.
they're
They were
like the
close last
Warriors,
year.
like Warriors types. But do you
Yeah,
think they're gonna
exactly.
go for that kind of thing? Like, why?
Fair.
I think they tried this year, honestly, and they weren't able to do it. I don't know if they're gonna, but it would be eerily similar to the Warriors. Like Warriors 167 in 2015, and then 173, and
Yeah.
Steph won MVP both years.
It's
So
like maybe they don't even have to try as much just because Chet was out for
yeah,
what half the season
yeah.
last
Oh,
year.
that's so true. Yeah,
And assuming he's back healthy. But yeah, I mean, definitely true, possible. All right, move on to the Rockets. Rockets lost in the first round last year to the Warriors in seven, but had a pretty amazing offseason. Got KD, got Dorian Finney-Smith. Obviously traded Jalen Green in the KD trade. They got guys like Clint Capella on their roster. Like just a really pretty insane offseason for them overall. Definitely seems like they're going all in this year. And I'm
yeah,
kind of riding the hype train. I think they're a legit threat. You lose Jalen Green, who's one of the more inefficient like main scorers that you have in the league. You trade him for Kevin Durant, who most efficient jump shooter in the league, pretty much. Um, Pretty bad clutch offense for the Rockets. Now you replace a guy with KD, who you have as a go-to scorer. Um, you have Dorian Finney-Smith to kind of be a versatile 3 and D wing. You re-sign Jabari Smith Jr. This is just a very, very deep, good, deep defensive oriented roster. Young, all the recipe for an elite team. So I'm gonna, ride the hype train. Maybe this isn't too hot, but I'm gonna say they win 60 games this year.
wow,
And
okay,
especially in a stacked West, it'll be difficult, but I think they have the personnel and just the team construction to win like a lot of games. They won around what 52 last year, so a little bit of a
yeah,
jump. Um, but 8 games, I think, with trading KD for Jalen Green and assuming growth from guys like Amin Thompson and Alperen Şengün, there's definitely a lot of room to go. So I said they'll win 60 games, and I think they could have three All-Stars.
three
Şengün was
Alls.
an All-Star
Wow,
last year. Kevin Durant was an All-Star last year, but
I
he
think
was
Ahmed's
hurt.
gonna be also.
And then
Is that
I
your
got
next?
Amin as their third All-Star, which I think like last year legit could have been. There's a case for
Mm,
him being their best player at times, just because he might be like one of the best top five defenders in the league.
yeah,
So if the Rockets do win 60 games, I feel like there's a case for them to have three All-Stars. So that's why I kind of put them together. Obviously, the West is stacked, so
yeah. That's
definitely
why I
root
think
it.
it'll
I
be
feel
like
like the All-Stars
impossible.
part is harder,
Yeah,
but I think this is a very well-rounded team, and the team construction kind of leans to them having three All-Star level players.
yeah. I would definitely with those two things. I would definitely say the All-Star take would be your hot take because I think 60 wins. It's definitely hard. Like it's not.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll win 60 games because like I think we underestimate them every year. Like winning 60 in 2025 is like fucking impossible, bro. Like it's very like how many teams even won? Were the Thunder and the Cavs the only two teams to even win 60 games last year? I think
I think
so.
the Celtics got to 60 as well.
Really?
They were 61 and 21. Yep.
Oh, okay. All right. So three teams in league won 60 games. The Thunder were 168 and the Rockets 152.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess that's why it's a hot take. I don't think they'll win 60, but yeah, like I don't think it's a crazy expect. Like they'll probably win somewhere between 55 and 60, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Um, I'm definitely lower on the Rockets than you are. I don't think they'll have three All-Stars. I think that's practically impossible. Like that's a burning hot take. Just because of how much talent is in the West.
Definitely.
Um, yeah, if they were in the East, I think you could almost like lock them in for three All-Stars and winning 60 plus games.
Probably. Yeah.
But yeah, in the West, there's too many people. Wemby is going to be healthy. Fox is going to like that team might be good this year too. Fox will be healthy. He'll put up definitely like some gaudy numbers compared to and I'm assuming. And then you have like I don't know, you have a ton of other guys. Like yeah, just looking was Luca. Did Luca play in? Was Luca an All-Star last year?
He was. Yeah.
Okay,
I don't
I don't
think
know.
he
I just
started.
think there's
Actually, he might not have been an all-star because
that's
he
what I
was
was
hurt.
thinking. I had a
Yeah, he was
feeling he
hurt.
wasn't an
He
All-Star,
was an
and
all-star. You're
Kyrie
right.
also was not an all-star. But he's not going to be this year either. Or Kyrie, no, Kyrie was an all-star. He was a replacement last year, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like there's a lot of guys. I think it's very difficult to say
Yeah, I
they're
mean,
an
you just
all-star,
never
but
know with the injury bug. Like it could definitely,
yeah, no, this is why it's a
yeah,
hot take. It's like a
yeah,
very, it could happen. It's unlikely, but definitely could happen.
yeah.
Yeah. Rockets, I still think that like I would definitely take the Thunder over them. Just I feel like I'm just saying the same thing over and over again, but I
Hey,
feel
Thunder
like
could
they
win
need another
70, so
perimeter. Hey,
they're
that's true. But yeah, I
so
feel like they need another
not impossible.
perimeter shot creator next to KD. I feel like even like funnily enough, like I feel like Beal would have been a nice addition to the team if like it's yeah, like on that contract.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, maybe a reach. Who knows? Maybe a Reed Shepard takes a step up.
yeah,
I don't
maybe.
know. Like, who knows what'll happen?
I was thinking about a Reed Shepherd
Takes the
hot
reins from
take,
Fred VanVleet.
but I felt like Reed starting, like being
You
maybe.
don't think he's gonna get an opportunity?
I think my original hot take was by the end of the year, Reed Shepherd's the starting point guard, but
Oh, that would be a
I
fun hot take, dude.
that
But I
would be
doubt it.
fun. But I doubted it, and also like I felt like this is a team that would more likely to go big than small, and
Yeah,
if they were to end the season, it would be like Amen, you got Jabari, you got
Tari.
Dorian Finney, you have
Oh, yeah.
Tari, you got KD, you got
Fuck,
Steven
they have
Adams,
so many
Şengün.
big guys, bro.
It's a
They
big
even have Clint
team, dude.
Capella. Fuck.
Clint Capella. It's a big, big team.
Yeah, and they have Jeff Green. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's an interesting team. Let me just
definitely.
quickly move on to the Lakers. What do you think my hot take is here?
Luca drops 40 a game. Skinny Luca, men's health
No,
Luca.
it's not
What?
mine. I wrote this, I think, a day before the men's health article even came out.
Okay.
I did see it. I did see that though. They asked him if he was on Ozempic. um,
Dude,
but he
they
said he
thought
didn't play basketball for a month or some
they
shit.
thought
Like
he had a 42-inch vertical, according to the article.
what? Oh, that's stupid.
Yeah,
Um,
apparently it was like an AI overview thing where Dante DiVincenzo had a 42-inch vertical and they said Luca
no,
did, and they didn't
that's
verify that,
weird.
which is crazy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Luca looks lean. They look good, but
Yeah.
my hot take is that LeBron gets traded midseason.
Wow. That
I
might be
know,
the
right?
hottest one we've had.
Very hot.
He
Yeah.
has a no trade clause, my friend.
He'll waive it, dude. I
Okay.
mean, yeah.
That's
Yeah, that's my hot take. I think my hot take was that Luka would remain mediocre. Like the fit still wouldn't be great. Aiton would stay like soft, and this whole team, like the defense, will be ass. Marcus Smart remains washed. All the things that are necessary for the Lakers to have a bad season. That's my hot take. Um, yeah, because I mean we have a solid four
yeah,
in the West, right? And
definitely.
after that, it's like Timberwolves, Warriors, Lakers, those three.
Yep.
And out of those, I
Mavs
know
too,
maybe I'm a
maybe.
homer. Yeah, I mean, I don't. I think the Mavs like it's nice to put them in the conversation. I don't think they're going to be that good, especially with Kyrie out.
Mm.
Like however many months he's out, like he's going to miss at least like 3 months to start the season. I don't think they're going to like. I don't know.
Fair.
Um,
Yeah.
but I think out of those three teams, maybe I'm a homer, but the team I would be most wary about is the Lakers.
Honestly,
Um,
fair.
I'm not sure that they fully fixed their issues from last season. I feel like the defense is still super sus. Marcus Smart, sure, he hasn't played winning basketball in like over 2 years. DeAndre Ayton hasn't played winning basketball in like 4 plus years or 3 plus years. So I think you're hoping that Luca just if Luca goes back to MVP form, sure, this team gets different. LeBron is also a year older, and he still seems very dissatisfied with the team.
Yeah.
Like you're hearing a lot of reports today. I don't know if this was like you saw the thing he was working out with a clip. He posted on Instagram him working out
Yeah.
with the
The
Clippers logo in the
Clippers.
background. That's fucking weird. Like he does all this shit. This dramatic piece of shit. Like he always does stuff like this.
Yeah.
Like just for attention. Like come on, it really means nothing. Why would you post it with a Clippers background? Why post it with no? Like come on,
You
it
remember
has to mean
I
something.
don't know if this was, I think this was last week. He had a picture with him, Rich Paul, and then Jokic's
Jokic.
agent.
Yeah. Oh
That's
yeah,
so fun.
agent. Yeah, yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
funny.
I don't know what he's trying to what he's trying to do, but I feel like he's as close. Like I just don't, I think logistically he doesn't want to lead the Lakers because it's so
Yeah.
difficult. But I don't think he wants to be on that team. I don't know what he wants to do. I don't know what team he would go to, but I think if the Lakers are fighting like in the play-in for a
Yeah.
majority of like the first like 30 or so games, that he could get traded. And I
Here's
think
what I
these rumors will pick up steam. Yeah, tell me.
here's what I'm thinking. I think it's pretty unlikely he gets traded. First of all, the Lakers have said like in any trade they want contracts that end this year. So they're pretty much set on creating cap space. There's not a lot of teams that can create that like 1 year, the
Yeah.
expiring, give all the expiring contracts. And if there is, there's not a guarantee LeBron wants to play for. So I feel like the
Hmm.
difficulty of making that happen, like let's say LeBron pouts and is like, I'm just not going to play. Hard to believe he's going to do that in his like potential second to last season. I feel like he's just going to stick it up and just play.
Yeah.
Like, so I feel like he won't go that far. And then even if he does, the Lakers can just be like, all right, end of season, you're gone. We don't have to, you're like you don't have a player option. Your contract's over at the end of the season. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And because they want cap space anyway. So I feel like that's the direction they're more willing to go to at this point, which is kind of wild to see LeBron have this little leverage in a situation. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, he is like 40. Got to be 41 at the end of the year.
41 is crazy. Didn't Kareem
So
retire like 42? 41 just sounds insane.
I think he retired at 40, but yeah,
Was
insane.
it 40? Damn. Maybe I'm thinking
Like
of Tom Brady.
44. No, Tom Brady was like 45, dude. Now, Kareem did retire at 41, you're right.
41 or 42 it says. And or that's what ChatGPT or
Or yeah,
Gemini is saying.
I guess his last year was his age 41 year, but then maybe got to 40.
Yeah, it said he was 42 in 1898. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, I think like it's easier like to say it than to actually do the trade, but I
Yeah.
definitely think he wants to leave that team. Yeah. Okay,
I
what's the next team?
definitely,
Yeah,
yeah,
sorry, go
I
ahead.
would I would say, but like my personal Lakers take, um, I do think the defense is going to be bad. I don't see a lot of avenues for it being like good.
Yeah,
And I think
yeah.
Lucas, his teams have always been a decent defense, at least the last couple years on the Mavs. So even if he does play MVP caliber, like their offense will be what top five when he if he plays like that, and then
Maybe, yeah.
defense will probably be like bottom 10, bottom 15. So it's not going to be like a super impressive team at the worst.
I
But
don't
yeah,
know how much
I
better they're gonna be than
anticipate a
this
good
year, dude.
season. Yeah, that's the thing. I
Like,
think 3 seed was pretty much their ceiling, and they lost
yeah.
in the first round anyway. So
Yeah.
okay, my take on the Wolves, who got to the conference finals last year.
Wait,
Um,
Wolves were the 4 seed?
oh wait, my bad. I am on the
The
Nuggets.
Nuggets, right?
Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Wolves were
got
like
to.
6, yeah.
They were six. I skipped one. All right, so I'm moving on to the Nuggets. My hot take was, I'll quick recap about their season. They were the 4 seed, lost to the Thunder in seven, really good series. After that, they trade away Michael Porter Jr. and a first round pick to the Nets for Cam, uh, Cam Johnson. I was gonna
Hmm.
say Cam Thomas. Um, and then they signed a lot of guys with the money they had left. They traded Saric for Valanciunas, got Hardaway Jr. and Bruce Brown. I think that's the main guys, right? Those
Yeah,
three were the main bench guys, and then they
yeah,
also get their rookie back from last year, Deron Holmes. So my
yeah.
hot take is kind of around those signings, and I think that the Nuggets bench is not going to do that much. I feel like a lot of hype has gone into the bench kind of increasing their depth, and they're going to be like a real
Mm,
team. And I think this is still going to be as top heavy as a team as it was before. The starting lineup is
wow.
still going to be very, very elite. I think Hardaway Jr. can have moments where he comes in as a heat check guy, but nothing more than what like Julian Strawther did last year in a playoff
Who's
game,
their
right?
backup point guard?
Right now, they had Russ, but not anymore. I
Yeah,
think
it's
Bruce
not.
Brown would be kind of their backup point guard.
Wait. Who's gonna start at the shooting guard then?
Brown still, Christian Brown.
Oh, sorry, I forgot Christian Brown even exists. Okay, wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Bruce Brown, Tim Hardaway Jr., Jonas Valanciunas, I guess
Peyton
Daron
Watson,
Holmes and Peyton.
Deron Holland. Julian Strawther. Like this is not. I'm not super inspired by their bench. I think you're assuming Valanciunas is like a real serviceable big, and I think he is
He has a
good.
user. I think he's
I
fine,
think
like
he's
off the
good,
bench.
but I don't think he's gonna be like this. He's not a defensive player in the slightest, and I think he's gonna be a pretty negative value on the court because of his lack of defense. I think Hardaway Jr., again, a guy who can have his moments with Jokic, I think he'll be fine. But when Jokic is off the
Exactly.
floor,
I think
I
you're
think
hitting
this
it
team,
on the head.
I
That's
think,
the
yeah,
point.
that's my idea. I think when Jokic is off the floor, this team is just gonna be as horrible as it always is. That's my
E-
take, I guess. It's
I
not going to
guess I
improve.
agree. I don't know. So here's the thing. These names individually, they sound like really good role player names next to
Yeah.
Jokic. Like if
Yeah,
Bruce Brown
exactly.
is starting, he will be a very, very good player. Even if Tim Hardaway Jr. is starting for Jokic, he'd be significantly better than coming off the bench playing
Yeah.
next to Jonas Valanciunas. I think they're all just names. Like they're all like you hear Bruce Brown, you hear Tim Hardaway Jr. It's like, okay, that's a solid name. You hear Jonas Valanciunas, sure. I just don't know if the fit together. It like the bench doesn't really have an identity. And I think when you look
Yeah.
at championship teams, all these guys know how to play their role together. Like when you look at
Yeah.
the Thunder, even though there's overlapping skill sets, they all do like they're all very, very good at what they do. And
Right.
I guess what you're arguing is that these guys just don't fit together, which I kind of can agree with, I
That's not
guess.
even it. I just don't think they're that good. Like I think Tim Hardaway Jr. is kind of
Individually.
over like individually they're not that good. Like with Jokic, like Bruce Brown, Tim Hardaway Jr. very like serviceable. So I
Yeah.
think what you've improved on is like as a team if your plan for your lineups are you have Jokic on his own with a lot of bench guys, I think this team can be pretty serviceable. Like I felt
Yeah.
like a lot last year, a lot of what they did was keep Murray and Jokic together and sometimes just go all out for bad bench lineups just to fill those minutes.
Mm,
And it didn't work out at all. And I feel like if that's what they do this year, I think that would be a mistake. Like they just go all in on like Bruce Brown, Hardaway Jr., Valanciunas, Holmes, and like Cam Johnson for a lineup. Like that's just a
yeah.
horrible combination of players that won't work. But if they go with like a Jokic, Hardaway Jr., Brown, Gordon, I don't know, someone else, that would be like a fine look. And like they should just
Yeah.
make sure that they have either Murray and Gordon or Jokic at all times. I think they could be a really good team that way. But I think if they're trying to see what they have with their bench individually, like how they did last year a lot of times, where you would just see these moments where Jokic was just off the floor and they'd be abysmal, I think that's where you'll really struggle. And I think because of that, I'm not as impressed by the signings as I would be. Like I don't think they're gonna material like they're gonna be a good team. They're gonna be better than they were last year. But I don't
Yeah.
think they're like their regular season improvement is going to be just insane like it was. Like I think they'll be around the four seed like they were last year as well. Like the bench
Really
improving. Like top three, top like around the
interesting.
four seed. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay.
But again, I think they're a championship contender. I'm not saying that, but
Yeah, it's because of Jokic. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Um. Okay. All right. I guess I don't know. I didn't really think about. I really like their signings, but I guess if you break down like those guys by themselves, they might not be as impactful as playing next to Jokic.
Like if we're looking at what the Clippers were able to get off the bench, like
No,
that's
Clippers
a
team is
unit, dude.
crazy, dude.
That's a
No, this
unit.
fucking team is insane.
And we're
Let's just
hyping
move
up
on to
Jonas Valanciunas, Tim
them.
Hardaway Jr., and Bruce
Yeah.
Brown. Like obviously
They're
good for
still good. Like,
Jokic.
come on. Jonas Valanciunas is a good, like, a very serviceable backup center. Bruce Brown is an excellent, like, winning role player. Tim Hardaway Jr. will have his moments. Like, he'd shoot the ball.
I
He'll get
mean,
wide
okay,
open
Bruce
looks
Brown
next to
was a winning
Jokic.
role player next to Jokic. Tim
And
Hardaway
the
Jr.,
Nets. On the Nets, he was good
that
before he
was a
went to
while ago.
Jokic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, but, like, we have, like, he was in a garbage situation after that. Like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean, he was on Indy.
He
I
was on
felt
the
like
Pacers,
that was a
too.
good fit, and he didn't make it
Yeah.
really like it didn't really work out there.
That was odd. That
Uh,
was 2024.
2024, yeah, or 2020, yeah,
Was he hurt? No,
2024.
2023 they won. Yeah, so 2024 he was hurt though,
He
right?
was hurt for a bit, but also when he did play, it was pretty disappointing. I
Nah.
guess they expected
His
more of an
shot fell off.
offensive
Yeah.
production. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he doesn't get the same shots, which is surprising given that he was the Pacers get amazing shots for everyone. Okay. Yeah, I guess Tim Hardaway Jr. is like the worst player out of those three, I
I might say
guess.
even
Like,
Bruce Brown
yeah.
by himself. Like I just haven't seen much from him
Hmm.
the last couple years.
Maybe, yeah, maybe in the winning environment he'll be better. Maybe in the Jokic environment he'll be better. Whatever.
Russ was also good
Um,
for that
it's
team,
so funny.
and
He was good. That's what I was gonna say. Like, is Tim Hardaway Jr. better than Russell Westbrook? Like, is he? Is Bruce Brown even better than
that's
Russell
the
Westbrook for
question. I
this
feel
team?
like if is
Like,
Bruce
Bruce
Brown
Brown
better?
2023 is better than Russell Westbrook is now. Yeah, because they don't have a point guard. Like, they don't have a real. Bruce Brown will be playing point guard for them, and
Yeah,
they don't have. I guess they don't have like a defensive, like off like a two-way wing off the bench. Like Peyton Watson is not a two-way wing. He's a like a defensive wing
yeah,
who can dunk the basketball. Um, yeah, like a Royce. It's so funny. Royce O'Neal on that team, I think,
yeah.
would really beef up that
That would be
backup
a good team.
unit. But Nothing compared to the team we're gonna talk about like now. So let's move on to the Clippers. It's funny you talk about the amazing offseason the Clippers had. The hot take I have is it's just if you look at the age of this team,
The
you
unction.
have a 40-year-old Chris Paul, you have this old ass fucking like Bradley Beal who brings a ton of uncertainty with him. You have Brook Lopez, who is a shell of his former self. Like if we watch those games, Brook Lopez is not the defender he was. His
Mhm.
shot is inconsistent. He was unplayable in the playoffs. So yeah, you had Brook Lopez. You lost the
And
one guy.
Valanciunas is a worse version of that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
That's my opinion of him.
offensively, like I think Brook Lopez is a better fit for teams. But if you're playing a guy off the bench just to get buckets, like literally keep the team at five, like tied with the like, no, just don't be negative in those minutes. I think Valanciunas
I mean, I think Lopez
is
is better
fine.
for that too,
Like he's not a
personally.
good
Like,
defender, and he's not really doing much other. I think Lopez is better, period. But I don't
yeah,
because he's a better defender and he can shoot the basketball. But like, I don't think you could play Lopez off the bench by
that's what they're
himself. Like,
doing.
I don't, no, but I don't think. But he's gonna be around guys like that. Like that
Oh,
will. Like he's
yeah.
gonna. Yeah, I just think it's different. I
I
think he's still
mean,
playing a different
I
role.
think maybe he can throw it back to like if he
He's
was
playing
in the
around
Valanciunas
scorers,
roles.
bro. Like, dude, they have like
I just mean
nine. They
like he
have
could
Beal
throw
off
it
the
back
bench.
to Nets Lopez and just kind of play a Valanciunas role. I think he could do it, is what I mean.
I don't know if he can do that anymore, dude. Like, I feel like he doesn't even post up like that anymore. Like, I feel like he operates more on the perimeter.
Well,
Like,
that's next to
he was
Giannis.
one of the better post up players in the last like 10 years. Like, what, like in his prime. So I don't know if he does that, if he's capable anymore because he's sold. But yeah, let me get back to my Clippers thing. Right, you lost Norman Powell, obviously, in this big like John Collins trade, and he's the guy who kept you afloat for most of last year when Kawhi was getting injuries. Harden is getting a year older. Kawhi is injury prone. My hot take is that these guys will actually underperform expectations. So again, it's easy to say they'll be great because the team on paper does look admittedly very, very good. Their bench looks insane too. I mean, they had John Collins, Brook Lopez, Bradley Beal off the bench. The starting lineup fits very well together. And they have Chris Paul off the bench too. I think Chris Dunn is taking a huge step, like big step for them, just like both on both ends, but mainly defensively is huge. And then Ivica Zubats took quite a jump last year as well. So like the team on paper does look very good. But I mean, they lost in the first round this year, kind of by fluke. I could see them. I could see another injury-prone Kawhi season. I could see Harden just taking a big step back, and like they, if you really think about it, I don't think they have like that. Like that. I feel like they're gonna miss Norman Powell. I guess is what I'm saying. Like I don't think Bradley Beal's like scoring is as effective as Norman Powell's is. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe like this last year clouded my judgment. But I feel like Norman Powell at times was like their number one option for a lot of the first half of the season, which they're going to be missing.
Um,
So I don't know if Harden's capable of averaging like 25 for him. Like
yeah,
what did didn't we have a bet on what Harden would average last year too? Like
yeah,
I think you said he averaged like 24 or something or 23. I said he
yeah.
averaged like 18. I have no idea what he actually averaged, but like I
I
feel like it
think
was
20, like
right in the middle.
yeah.
Um
Uh 22.8.
oh 22.8. Oh shit. Okay.
So I guess I was
Maybe
closer, but
yeah.
not by much. Um, yeah, I think I'd kind of disagree. I do like this team quite a bit.
Yeah.
I think
Me too.
I agree with what you're saying with like Powell being they're missing Powell, but I think if you're thinking about on-ball impact, I think Beal is there, if not a little more than Powell personally. I think the
Mhm.
off-ball impact, Powell's like
Yeah.
lights out, like way better
He's amazing.
than
Yeah.
Beal. This is a shooter, transition player, driver, like off closeout, stuff like that. But maybe Beal can kind of fit into that role because he has the lower contract on this team. He knows where he is in the pecking order, ideally. Um, they did have an injured Kawhi last year. He played like the last 30 games of the season,
Yeah.
pretty much. So
He
I'm not,
ramped up very well last year for
yeah.
them, but
And he was like they accounted for his injury situation well. And I think they can do that a similar thing this year. He's not too old. He's like 33, and that's definitely like reasonable. Obviously, his
he's still injured. Like
knees
he
are a little.
hasn't had two consecutive years of playoffs, like actual healthy playoffs.
Oh,
In
I agree. Yeah,
when was
I
the last
think
time he even did? Like it was 2015, 16, and 16, 17. And even that he got hurt in, like not his
I mean
fault.
2019. Oh, you
Actually, I
mean
guess
back to
20.
back? Are you
Yeah,
saying
back
back
to
to back?
back. I mean,
Oh.
no, but 1920 he just blew the 3-1
Bubble
lead in.
2020 and
Yeah, he
2020.
blew the
I
lead in.
guess
2021 he got hurt as
2021 he
well.
got hurt.
It
Yeah,
would be
that was his
1920.
ACL.
1920, 1921, 20, they blew the 3-1 lead to the Nuggets. I guess that was the
Yeah,
last
that
year.
was the
He's
year.
had two
Yeah,
consecutive years of playoffs. Like
right.
something always happens.
Yeah, that's completely fair. I think that's why they're like an untenable team in the playoffs because of Kawhi. But I think the regular season they can figure it out because I do think they have a deep team. I think Brook Lopez in a much reduced role is really good. I think Beal in a
Mm,
reduced role who can play kind of a power role is really good. I think John Collins around guys who can throw him lobs like Harden and Chris Paul,
yeah.
very good. Same with Zubats. He was all NBA third team damn near last year. So there's like this a really deep team. I like them personally. I think they're top four team like solidly.
I
But
also
yeah,
do. I just yeah. What would you do for a hot take for this team then? That they go further than expected?
no, I think you're fair. I think if you're saying they're a first round exit, I think that's a fair take. Like legit.
Yeah, that's basically my take. Yeah.
Then I think that's valid because of the age and you can't really trust the I mean Harden sucks in the playoffs in big moments. We've seen that over and over again. And Kawhi
Even
is
Kawhi
very
wasn't good these last playoffs. Like he was
yeah, he
very
wasn't
mid
great. He had that one
these last
insane
playoffs. The
game, but
one like 12 or 17 or some shit game.
that
But
was
outside of that, he was not.
right. He was
Beal is
not.
fucking atrocious too. I mean,
Yeah.
Beal gave up halfway through the season, and then yeah, you have a 4-year-old
And again,
CP.
old ass
Zubas was
team,
good, but
like
yeah,
very slow. Like there's definitely like I don't trust them in the playoffs, but I think a regular season team, I think they're gonna be good. They're just too talented to not be.
yeah, yeah,
Okay, moving on to the Wolves. They were sorry, this time I got it right. The Wolves were six
yes.
seed last year, beat the Lakers in the first round, got to the conference finals, lost to the Thunder in five. Didn't really do much this offseason, re-signed Randall and Naz Reid, but did lose Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Very good team, but it does seem like Mike Conley's getting a year older. I think he's going to be at the point where he's nearly unplayable
No,
for this team.
Rob's gotta step up for
Rob's
that
got to
team, I
step
guess.
up. Dante
Terrence
DiVincenzo's got to
Shannon,
step up. Terrence Shannon's got to step up. They're going to have to
yeah,
rely on their young guys a lot more this year. Ant took a big leap in his three-point volume. He's going to have to take a real big leap as like a point guard initiator
playmaking, yeah,
guy at this point because of Conley's age and decline. They lost, one of their guys in Nickeil Alexander-Walker. So, because of the increased talent in the West, I guess my hot take is that this team that was, the sixth seed. So this isn't a crazy hot take, but I think they're going to be a solid play-in team this year. Um,
wow.
again,
It's like okay, seven, I guess 7-8.
yeah,
Like,
7-8.
yeah.
So it's not a huge
Okay.
difference, but the fact that they were conference finalists for the last 2 years and now they're a play-in team, maybe would say that that's kind of a hot take. But I think there's going to be a lot of pressure on Ant's shoulders this year. And I do think he's very good, but I don't know if he's going to be able to drag them to a top five seed, especially in how deep the top five teams are in the West. Or maybe, so I think that's where I kind of see the issue because I think their offense is going to need a lot of help. Randall's bit was good last year, especially the second half. So if they can kind of stitch together what they did have at the second half of last season, I could
Yeah.
see it. But I think they're relying a lot more on these young guys, and that their offense was really good at the second half last year. I don't think it's going to be as good this
Yeah,
year.
exactly. It's exactly what I was like. I think their offense takes a dip for sure.
Yeah,
They started off the year last year they went on the crazy hot streak to close the
yeah,
season. They went like 20-2 or something ridiculous in a
yeah.
stretch of games. Like I remember the Warriors and the Wolves would not lose games. That every time the
Mhm.
Warriors would win, and I think we'd get like decent standing above them, like the Wolves would win too, until they
Exactly.
blew that crazy lead to the Bucks. I remember.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so I agree. I think this Randall honeymoon phase is gonna come to an end. I think there's gonna be legitimate problems on this team next year. I think Nikhil is a big loss for them as well. Nikhil in the
Mhm.
playoffs last 2 years, especially 2 years ago, was great. This year I feel like he had his moments like against the Thunder. He had that one game where he was almost
That
going like
was
shot for
nuts, dude.
shot with Shea.
Yeah.
Um, and then Dante was super disappointing. I think this year
Yeah.
it took some. I think he got it together a little bit toward the end of the year, but in
Yeah.
general, like it seemed like he couldn't really fit in properly. He even admitted to it. Gobert, another year older. I saw you saw him working out with Lethal Shooter.
Yeah.
That was super funny. I'd hope they don't go to him like that.
I mean,
I
hey,
think
let's hope he improves some marginally this way.
maybe.
Like catching the ball
Mike Conley
floaters.
is
Yeah,
done. Like he's looked like shit. He looked like shit last year in the playoffs.
yeah,
And like yeah, unplayable defensively, obviously, and even offensively. Like I feel like his 3-point shot just didn't come. Like he was shooting abysmally from three.
yeah.
Um,
He shot
like I feel
25%
like
from the field, or
yeah,
from yeah, from two. That's crazy.
yeah. I mean, he's what? He's like a 38-year-old, like 6'1" guard who's not explosive at
Yeah,
all. Like he's never been
exactly.
explosive in his career, and now it's like even worse, right? So I feel like you need Rob and Terrence Shannon to step up. Terrence
I'm
Shannon had a
not
very
I'm
good
not
playoffs.
expecting much from Rob. I think I could see a
Yeah,
lot from Terrence Shannon, but
he
again, who's
looked
going
good
to be
in
the
the playoffs.
playmaker on that team? It's really Ant and
Yeah, no,
and
it's not
Randall.
a recipe for success. I feel like this is gonna be like what was it like their 2023 year? What did they do in
Yeah,
2023? They lost in like to the Nuggets in like the first round in six or something, right? Like I think it's
yeah.
gonna be. I have a feeling it's gonna be a similar year, to this. I think real like
I think it
I
was
think
five
Gobert
actually.
decisions. Was it five?
I think so.
Maybe you're right. Yeah, I think Gobert decisions have to be made. I think Randall. I I don't know. I could see Randall on the trade block too. I don't know. I think this team like they have to restructure like this team as constructed is not going to win a championship. Like I don't think Randall is the guy you want next to, and I know his contract is friendly, but I don't I don't know what they're trying to do. But I don't think this team is going to get like yeah definitely don't think they're going to get home court in the first round. I could see him as like a like 7 or 8 seed going into the playoffs. So I agree completely
Yeah.
with it. I don't even think it's a hot take like you said. Yeah.
All right, moving on to the Warriors.
All
Last
right.
year, I don't have a crazy hot take. My original hot take about the Warriors
Okay.
was before a lot of the Kuminga news came out was that I thought Kuminga was going to stay on the team just because of the lack of options. Kind of seemed like it didn't seem like a real trade candidate was stepping up. And then also like um, I felt like the Warriors kind of like they wanted him still, but it's just that Kuminga didn't love the situation and eventually just give in. And my take was that Kuminga would kind of be their like second leading scorer guy over Jimmy.
Wow.
Um, I kind of turned that hot take, just edited a couple words, and I put Brandon Pajemski as their second leading scorer. I'm expecting a
Insanely
Jimmy.
hot take.
I
Insane
am
take, bro. Oh my
I am
God.
expecting a Jimmy dip. Of course, he's a guy who doesn't take the regular season that seriously. Um, in the past, that's what he's done, but he's averaged around 17 a game for the last couple years. I think a lot of offensive responsibility is going to fall onto Pods. Again, not a lot of scorers on this team.
Yeah.
If unless you kind of believe in like Pods really struggled at the beginning of the year, but he really turned it around after that. Um,
Yeah, but in the playoffs he was trash. He was so bad. Like he was
in
useless.
moments, yeah.
He just dribbles the air out of the ball. That's a whole issue with him. Like he's not
Yeah.
like
He's not a great
yeah.
self-creator for sure. But,
No.
you know, off the catch, catch and shoot, getting rebounds, like there's a lot of stuff he does well. And I think he'll start to figure that out, especially like getting a little floater game going downhill. I like I think he could become their second leader scorer just because I don't think Jimmy is going to be focusing that much on being a scorer. Maybe out of necessity, you kind of have to on this Warriors team, but I think Pods can kind of take over that option. And I think the team wants to have more young guys leading there. And Pod seems like the guy who can kind of step up amongst the ranks of young guys you have on the roster. Again,
Yeah. I hope
unless
so.
unless
But
unless you have like but Buddy Hield step up and like, you know,
okay,
become a
no,
real
no,
third
that's not gonna
option.
happen.
I
No,
really don't
yeah.
see anyone else. It's really Pods being their only third possible third option in my opinion. So
Yeah.
if Kuminga's out off the roster, which it seems like it's going based off the news we talked about, I think there's a big avenue for Paz to be like 15 a game scorer at least.
Where do you see the Warriors falling next year in relation to the teams we've named above them so far?
I'm not high on him, but it's also like I can't deny Steph's impact and also their defense. Um, I don't know. I mean, they just
Let's say
like the
we get
roster.
Al DeAnthony and GP, and then we
Yeah,
trade Kuminga for Royce O'Neal and another Royce O'Neal level player who provides similar things. That's a deep team.
that's a
Like,
pretty okay. That's a much better team than I was thinking because that's basically you're adding like four new players who are good. Um,
yeah,
Yeah, so
like
that's way
playable.
better. That's way better than what they were at the end of the last year. So I think they could
Yeah.
fall that like number five.
Yeah,
Because
that's the
again,
goal.
I'm not too high on the Lakers. I'm not too high on the the
And the
Timberwolves.
Wolves. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's really them. I like the Blazers, like I've talked about, but like
What the fuck? Are we
I'm
seriously
not
putting the
putting
Blazers in this conversation
I'm
with
not putting them up.
the
Yeah, that's what I
Timberwolves and the
mean. Like I'm not
Lakers?
putting them up
Uh,
with all those teams. It feels like there's a pretty confident
Like
top
I think the
seven.
Mavs will fucking be better than the Blazers next year, bro. I think the Mavs will be better. I think Grizzlies will be better than the Blazers next year. Whatever. You have the Blazers, right? You could talk
I
about them
do.
more later. I think the
Uh,
Spurs will be better. Okay. So next. Do you have anything else to say? Sorry, I didn't mean to
yeah,
cut you
no, I
off.
mean, what did you think? Yeah, any
Oh
chance?
yeah, I guess it's my team, right? I think it sounds crazy, but like yeah, when you break it down, who else would be the guy?
Yeah,
Um, I feel like it'll be very if we do make the changes that I said, I feel like it'll be very balanced scoring, like a lot of like 12 points per game type things.
yeah.
Like Draymond will add in like his nine, but Jemski only averaged like I think 9 or 12 or something this
He
year.
averaged 12,
12.
11.7.
Yeah, there you go. He really picked that up for the end of the season. Like he was averaging nine for a long time, I think.
Right.
So I would hope he takes that jump. Yeah, his self creation needs a huge yeah, very yeah, not good. Um,
He doesn't have a
I
real
still think
big
it would
because
be
I feel
hard to
like
beat
there's
Jimmy
a
and
he's a good like pick and roll guy. I just don't think he has like the guy who can run it with him. Like Draymond's not really like a five, like a rolling big, you know?
yeah, I
I feel
mean
like he could run it if with the like obviously he's not like an ISO. Like Pods
he's a
can't really do an
two.
ISO.
Like he plays the two. He does do a lot of ISOs though, and it doesn't always like it's like he has a weird way of scoring. I think he needs to like copy Brunson a bit and like get
Yeah.
fouled. I feel like he's not a great finisher. Like no one can really finish on our team. That's our biggest issue. Like that's where
Yeah.
Jimmy came to help us, and even he struggled finishing for some reason after he came to our team. Like I just think it's a combination of like having poor finishers and also like as a result of having poor finishers, even good finishers will get guarded like significantly harder than the rest of the team. So their finishing stats also worsen. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, but yeah, I think it makes sense. Like it sounds weird, but it's like a very like no, not this isn't offensive, but it's like kind of a boring take, right? There's not like I don't know what else we could
I mean,
really
you said it was hot
say. Like,
earlier.
yeah, it is hot, but it's also like it's still a boring. It's like, oh, okay,
Your roster's kind of boring, bro. I
it
can't
is
lie.
boring. I agree.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying
Yeah.
like there's not. That's my point. I'm
That's
giving
what
you
I mean.
benefit
Like,
of the
there's not a
doubt.
lot of boomer bust players on your roster,
There's not
really,
much you can say. Like it's a
except Pods,
predictable
maybe.
like I think our team is a second round level, and that's about it. Like I mean, I personally thought we could have easily. I think we could have given you a run for your money, fully healthy this year. Like at least taken you to like five, like six, if we made
Maybe.
the conference finals. Like, cause come on, we were gonna thrash the Wolves. We looked so much better than them when Steph actually played. And I know it's easy to say like,
I
oh,
don't
play
know. That
13
was
minutes,
one
whatever.
game, and they shot like
But
shit
like
in that game. It
okay, they
was
shot
one
like
for
shit.
like 30.
We could have easily beaten them in game three too, dude. Like
Yeah, no, I'm not
we
saying
should
it
have won.
wouldn't.
We were
I'm just
winning
saying
the
it could have been
entire time
I think I would have
in
had the Wolves in seven. Like, I don't think it would have
with Steph.
with stuff. Yeah.
Wow, I think that's like I disagree completely because I don't know. I know we didn't win a single game without Steph, but I don't think that has anything to do with
No,
our
I'm not
team
even
without Steph is
saying
just
that.
so different. Yeah.
I guess maybe I didn't see enough otherwise to like, even in that game one, obviously you guys look great, but I didn't see enough to prove that you would beat them from that game one, just
Well, I
because of
mean, I
how
don't see
badly
like
the Wolves
what did
shot.
you?
And that, I mean,
Yeah,
coming into the series, I came with the perspective that I thought the Wolves would win. So nothing's really changed that.
no, I get it, but you came in with the Wolves winning in seven, right? From the
I
very
had the
beginning.
Wolves winning in five, I think originally.
Wait, really? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
because
Okay.
I like the size, and that's something you really struggled with. And then also like you regarding Jalen Green, I guess regarding Anthony Edwards, I just felt like there was a huge difference in talent. But like the Warriors impressed me a little bit for sure. So
That one game, yeah. Yeah.
I thought 7 games made a lot more sense. But I still had the Wolves. Like I think it would
Yeah.
have been a very competitive series. And then against
Yeah.
the Thunder, maybe I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the eight seed Grizzlies. Um, Last year lost in the first round to the Thunder in 4 games. Not really an inspired showing, but did lose Ja Morant in game three, so you never know.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
sure they would have come back. Yeah.
yeah, this kind of fits with something I said I a sentiment I held from our our bench players draft, and I believe in Scottie Pippen Jr. I have him winning MIP. Um,
Okay.
you know what? I know Ja is playing next to him, but we saw in these playoffs that with Ja out, he basically averaged 30 points a game. Now I'm not saying that he's gonna do that, but he averaged like 9 this year, 9.5. I think he's a legit like 15, 16 point per game scorer with like great defense, like pretty good playmaking. I think he's a very good player, and I think he just needs more opportunity to actually show his offensive bag.
Yeah.
Very good shooter, like pull-up shooter. There's not a lot he can't do. He's just a little small. Um, but I think I believe in him when MVP. I don't know. This team's not really interesting to me. They're not really that
No,
good, and I don't think anyone thinks they're that
they're
good.
not. Yeah.
Obviously lost Desmond Bane in the offseason, so they have room for that third option. I think Scottie Pippen's going to take it.
Wow. So you think the Grizzlies are going to be another play-in team next year?
Yeah,
Mm.
maybe
Who'd they
like
get
not.
back in the Desmond Bane trade again?
They got
Kentavious Caldwell Pope
KCP.
and like Cole Anthony.
Yeah, but then Cole Anthony to the Bucks. They
Damn, this team
bought
fucking
him out.
sucks.
Yeah.
Like I would have said a hot take of Ja, like going back to 2022 Ja, but is that even possible? Like,
I think he's gonna get there because the offensive system's gonna be different with
oh, the
the
new
new guy
coach, yeah,
Isolo. And he showed some flash. I mean, he
yeah,
was awful in the series, but his game three was really good until he got hurt.
yeah,
So maybe he can get up to there. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It's not a
yeah. I don't
great
really
team.
have much to say about this
That's
guy.
what
I
I
I
mean.
agree. Like Pippen was really good. I remember like consistently you would see like this like 15 to 20 points in the regular season itself. You'd be like, what
Yeah.
the fuck is Scottie Pippen on? Like he's been like doing this. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean it's totally possible to average. He could win MIP given the opportunity. I don't know that he will. He could probably maybe win six man of the year. I don't know.
Yeah. That's
It's
definitely possible too.
possible. So like a Peyton Pritchard type season if the Grizzlies are decent and he's a reason. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry guys, I don't know much to say on the Grizzlies. So yeah, I think it's a valid take. Um, yeah.
All right.
I have a little more interesting one, like a little more discourse around this team, the Sacramento Kings. My hot take is that they blow it up.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know it's hard with Levine, DeRozan, and Domantas Sabonis after just having traded for Levine and just having completed one full season with DeMar. And I don't know, like Sabonis seems to be getting worse, and I don't know. This team is going nowhere. Like
You think it's getting
they,
worse, really? He had a
yeah, I
good
feel like
season
he's
last
got.
year.
I thought he was like whatever. Like I don't think he was. It was kind of under the radar last year. I feel like it was a down year from the year before that. Maybe I'm wrong. I feel like his
I
three-point
mean,
shooting
his
for some
stats
reason
are
was really
pretty
good
much
last year.
identical.
The same, and this team was worse.
Less
Like
assists, but shot three better. So
this is
yeah.
crazy considering where the Kings were like 3 years ago. As
Hmm.
they're like the three seed, and people were like, okay, this is the beginning, like light the fucking beam. Then they're like the nine seed the year after, and now I think they're the nine seed again
Yeah.
this year. I think I don't. I think having Demar. I've seen Demar trade rumors. I think having Demar on the roster limits like what they can do. I think having all three of these guys limit like they're not gonna. They can't really get much better than this. So I don't know why you wouldn't just like kind of look for offers like for your three-star guys. And like if you can learn anything from the Bulls, trade them before it's too late. And before you get desperate and
You
teams will
think
like
I don't think this team has learned the right things from the Bulls, considering
yeah,
they
I guess you
traded for
tried going after
DeRozan and
and then going
Levine.
after Kuminga right now too,
Yeah.
bro. Like, fuck.
Um,
Someone posted. Oh, this guy on Twitter, Keon Muse, like these stat Muse fucking dupes. He
yeah.
said, he had photoshopped Kuminga in a Kings jersey, and he's like, "Remember this tweet because I think I'm gonna be coming back to it when Kuminga is the reason we go to the finals."
Oh my God.
I was like, "What? What the fuck?" Yeah. Um. No, they suck.
I
There's
will
no
remember
shot
if that ever
they
happened in a million years. I will remember that tweet. Wow.
there's no shot they make the playoffs. They're not better than like I don't even know if they're like I don't know how much better they are than the Suns, honestly, because I feel like the Suns have a nice little like defensive team around Devin Booker and Jalen Green. Um, I don't know. It's like a weird. This team is so fucking like aggressively mediocre.
Yeah.
Um, like another like it's like the Raptors of the West, like a
I was
41
thinking
and
the exact same
41
thing.
team,
Yeah, I
right?
was thinking the exact
Like they
same
just have a
thing.
lot of guys. They're all good. They're all good players. Like Demontis Sabonis. I would take Demontis Sabonis in the Warriors in a heartbeat. He's still like an all-star level player. He's like a walking 19, 12, and 7. But he's
Yeah.
not good. Like I've never in my life been impressed by Demontis Sabonis outside of when he plays Anthony Davis. Like he just I don't know. I feel like he's one of the most unimpactful offensive
He
players in my
sucked in
life.
that
I
play-in
like
game.
how he sucked in it
Yeah,
or
against
accepted.
the
Oh,
Mavs.
I don't even remember what happened in that game, dude. I just remember like Sabonis like yeah, his defense is bad. He pushes the pace, sure, he's a good playmaker. I don't know. I think he's so fucking garbage. I hate him. And I think the rest of this team is like kind of, I don't know. I'm just like I don't want to fucking spend too much time talking about the Kings. I think they should blow it up,
Yeah.
and like now is like, as good a time. Yeah, like Sabonis's value is never going to be higher than it is now. I know you just traded for Levine because they got rid of Fox, but yeah, I don't know.
Um, I'm with it. I just don't know what teams
I don't know
want
what
these
they do.
players.
Like their young talent isn't even good. Like it's
That's
fucking
the thing.
Keegan Murray who's taken like 3 steps back since his rookie year, and then
Yeah.
Keon Ellis isn't even. I don't even think Keon Ellis is young.
It's
And
like
then
24,
fucking
25.
Devin Carter looks like shit. He's
Hey,
garbage.
you know who looks
Who they get
nice?
this year's
Neat
draft?
Clifford.
Who
Neat Clifford.
was out there picked this year?
Yeah, he was nice in
Yeah,
summer
it
league.
was. I guess we'll see in the regular season. I don't know, but this team is weird. Malik Monk is still on the roster. I feel like fuck. Like Malik Monk probably has higher trade value than Zach LaVine with the contract situation. So like, I don't
Probably.
know. Um, like fuck. That's like 4 solid guys who could help contenders right now, man. Like we should trade. Fuck, if we can get Malik Monk somehow for Kuminga, oh my god. Like I come. Malik Monk and like is Trey Lyles still on the Kings? I don't even know.
Yeah, he
Like
is.
I would take like Malik Monk and Trey Lyles for Kuminga.
Yeah,
The
that's a
Kings should
fair
do
count.
that. I would take that in a heartbeat, man.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, there's nothing exciting. If they can get like young assets for DeRozan, Levine, and Sabonis, you do it automatically. But it's like if you get picks and then there's nothing to look forward to, I do not trust the Kings to draft
to
well.
pair, yeah, exactly.
I mean, maybe, Nick Clifford seems like a pretty good draft pick, but again, who knows? Um, yeah, not a big fan of the team. I think they're like a 12 seed, like this year probably.
That's crazy, right? Because like they
Yeah,
still have like Levine, who still had like an efficient year, and
yeah.
DeMar, and then they have like damn, that's so tough. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, next team.
All right, moving on. We got the Dallas Mavericks.
Okay.
They're in an interesting situation. Drafted the number one pick, Cooper Flag. Did not make it to the playoffs last year, but best player or second best player, Kyrie Irving is out for most of the year with an ACL. Should be back by like what, February, January, around then.
Yeah, like I'm saying at
Um,
least 3 months.
yeah. So they're really dependent. It's a pretty good team, right? Defensively, they're pretty deep, especially their front court is crazy deep. They got Najee
Yeah.
Marshall, Cooper Flag, PJ Washington, Anthony
Gafford,
Davis,
Lively.
Lively, Gafford. Like that is six legit studs on your wings and bigs. Like that's a really good front
Almost
court.
everyone plays 2 positions in
Yep.
that like
And
list of people you
I
named.
mean,
Yeah,
you can include Klay Thompson there too if you think of
yeah,
him
you
as
can
a
play.
three at times. Like,
He's played the fucking 4 for the Warriors at
yeah.
times too. Yeah,
Um, Like this is a good team, very deep, defensively oriented. I would love to have a hot take about Cooper Flag, but I feel like no one's really down on him. And it's hard to be like he's not going to be that great because I think
at a
all the
bare
signs.
minimum, he's giving you elite defense and like decent playmaking and some rim pressure. Like he's gonna
I
be
think he's going to
good.
be good. And I
Yeah,
think he's going to have at least opportunity on ball because of the lack of Kyrie Irving. They're going to be like you'd rather rely on Cooper Flag and at least develop his on-ball game than give the ball to D'Lo all the time. You know what I mean?
that's the thing.
So
Their guard depth sucks. It's
yeah.
like D'Lo
D'Lo
and
and
Brandon
Dinwiddie.
Williams and Dinwiddie. Yeah,
Yeah.
like that's not good.
Yeah, I mean they're
Um,
sorely missing Kyrie, but once they get Kyrie back, like they are set, you know? This is a very good
it's a
team.
good looking team. Yeah, it's
Um,
yeah,
but yeah, my hot take is I think they're gonna stay afloat. And I think a big
yeah.
reason of that is Anthony Davis is gonna have a dominant year. We saw in like his brief moments when he was healthy with the Mavs, he was pretty electric. His first game as a Mav with the Rockets, he
Oh, that was
dropped like against
crazy,
the
and he
Rockets
gets
like
hurt.
32-22 and then gets hurt at the end of the game. But I guess my hot take is Anthony Davis is gonna be top five in MVP voting this year.
Wow, that is a hot take.
Yeah. I mean,
So
what?
you think they
LeBron
can
was like
end up
top
at
five.
LeBron was sixth, but they were a three
Oh yeah.
seed.
Yeah, yeah, true.
Like, what the fuck seed are the Mavs gonna be?
I think they'll be seven, but AD's
Like
gonna have a really good
seven,
year.
six?
Yeah.
Mm, I don't know if I like. I like the take in that. I think the Mavs will like. I think the Mavs will be better than what their seed says, just because like they will have lost a decent amount of games without Kyrie. Like I
Yeah.
think 500 without Kyrie, and then maybe like get us like 65% win percentage with Kyrie
That's a
ends
seven
them
seed.
ends them at exactly it ends them at a seven seed. So like
Yeah.
they're probably a better team than a 500 team,
Yeah.
but they end up being like a 500 team. So yeah, I think 80 will be fine. Like I think it's going to be similar to Pelicans years. Like you put up like 27, 28, and like 12 and like elite defense.
Yeah.
I think the Cooper Flag combination with 80 is fucking insane.
Yeah.
Again, the rim pressure and the defense, both solid playmakers. I think Clay's fit with them is going to be awesome. I think even PJ Washington's fit with them is going to be awesome if they want to play AD at the five. Um, and then they have the option to go pretty big too. Like they could even,
I think they're
yeah,
gonna
like
go really big all the time.
yeah.
Put
So that
80 at the four.
team,
And I think that's the main reason. Like 80 is gonna be at the four. He's gonna have the ball a lot more
they just need
as an
playmaking, dude.
initiator. Yeah, for
Like
sure.
Cooper Flag, it'll
Cooper Flag,
depend on
AD, like
how
they're gonna be
fast
really
Cooper
running through
Flag
their
can be.
bigs.
That is my thing. No, it's not even like I mean, yes, but I guess what I'm saying is like I don't know how like the question about Cooper Flag is can he come into the NBA as an above average playmaker? Like can he
I think so.
yeah, can he be the primary
Can he be the
initiator
primary?
for that
No, I don't
offense?
think so.
Like coming in because D'Angelo Russell is not that. D'Angelo Russell is a shooting guard in a
That's
playing
what
point
I think.
guard.
That's why I think AD will be that for them. Like he'll
But
be
I
their
don't know that
primary initiator.
I don't think he can be is my
Like
point, I
going
guess.
throwing back to Pelicans AD, I think there's gonna be a lot more of
But
that because
Pelicans
he's gonna
AD
be at the
had like
four.
Drew Holiday, he had Rajon Rondo on his
Yeah.
team.
Yeah,
He
that's
had
fair.
like good, even Tyreek Evans earlier on, who's a very solid playmaker. Like he had a lot of guys, and they don't have that on this team.
That's
Like
definitely fair. That's definitely fair.
so that's what they're missing.
Najee Marshall, he's tough.
He's a good playmaker. He is a good playmaker, but he's not even going to start. I think
Yeah, true.
so. I don't know. They need a playmaker. Like the playmaking, like you need playmaking next to
You
AD.
definitely need, yeah, I agree. You definitely need a perimeter initiator, but that's what I mean. I think, like, I agree you need a playmaker next to AD because he's such a good off-ball player,
Even Chris
especially like as a
Paul would have
lob
been nice
threat.
on this team. Like Chris Paul,
That would
I
have been
would have
fun.
preferred to start Chris Paul over D'Angelo Russell if they could get him, just
Yeah.
because of the playmaking. Like he's not scoring shit for you, but I feel like just having like a point guard, like literally just having what do they call in football? They have a term for like a game manager, right? Or
Yeah.
they call
Yeah.
that like literally
Exactly.
they need someone like that um to like yeah just like handle off like yeah the playmaking duties on that team, but it's a very fun team, probably like a league pass type of team, right? I feel like Clay can have a resurgent year, like hanging with Megan
Yeah.
is helping him I think mentally, and then he got the haircut. I think he'll be I hope he can go back because he had a really inefficient like just like low scoring year last year
Yeah.
that no one really talks about. It just sucks is irrelevant now that he's not on the Warriors. So I'm glad like I hope the next day AD fully healthy AD and all like he'll be better.
For
Um,
sure.
yeah, yeah. Like I think fully healthy, this team could be like Warriors, like Lakers, Timberwolves tier for sure.
That's
Like,
fair. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Okay, you want me to move on? A couple
Go
more,
for it.
few more teams. Let me go through these a little fast. I mean, one of these teams like Jazz. I don't even know what the fuck we're gonna talk about, but let's go to the Suns right now. Um, my hot take is that the Suns will be a play-in team.
Mm.
I think that is a hot take
I think so too. I don't have him as a playing team.
because yeah, I had to come like I don't know my other like I guess another hot take could be Jalen Green gets traded again or Devin Booker gets traded, but I don't think that's happening after that fucking $150 million contract for Book and Jalen Green. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean, what's the
I
case though?
the
This
team
team
they
is
have
not
next
very
to him, it's like
talented.
it's not. It's just feisty young guys next to Devin Booker and Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks. I guess maybe
Yeah.
Maluat is gonna have a really good year.
I mean, you have Mark Williams, I
Grayson
guess he's
Allen
like a
might
solid
like lose
big.
some muscle and play better. Yeah, it's like a weird team. It's not a good team at all.
It's
I
really
don't.
de
They have like
dependent
Oladipo
on
and like Ryan
Book,
Dunn
like,
taking jumps. The playmaking for Book. He's gonna be their primary point guard.
yeah.
They said. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't really have much to say on this. We could honestly like, if you have anything else, we can mention it. Otherwise, we could
Yeah,
move
I mean,
on
I don't
here.
see it. I think it's just gonna have to depend on how good Book is, like, as a primary initiator. Because he wasn't the point guard that they needed this year. Maybe he's taken a leap, like just having a season to do it. But it doesn't feel like that's his role, especially like the last couple years. That's not what he's had to do with Chris Paul there.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, that's what he was doing his first couple seasons where he's like a lot more point guardish.
hmm
But if he can't do that, it's gonna be tough.
I
But
mean, yeah. Even if the Suns were like decent relative to
yeah,
expectations, like it's hard to see them being a play-in team. Like, because every single team we've named is like levels above them, and a couple teams we're gonna name even now, like after them, are probably the same case. So, you want to give your
yep.
next team?
Yeah, I'll give the Blazers.
Your
I'm high on
favorite
this
team?
team.
Yeah.
I just think they have a lot of recipes for success when it comes to like being a decent team, right? They traded for Drew Holiday, signed Dame, which is not going to affect them this year because he is,
He is a
you know,
coach, bro.
yeah, he's going to be their coach. But I think they have a very good defense. They showed at the end of last season that they have a really solid defense. They have guys like Kamara, Avdia, Klingon.
You see
Uh,
Abdia talk about Israel?
Yeah, he's like so pro-Israel
He's
lately. It's
very,
crazy. He was
very,
very
very
silent about it
proud.
before it, but yeah,
Yeah,
he's
very
very
proud to be
pro.
from Israel. Yeah.
Which fucking like Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I used to like that guy. Uh,
He
tough,
needs to, he wants to educate us. We don't understand what's
tough.
going on,
Yeah, of
so
course, of course.
yeah, bring brainwash.
Tough look for. I mean, he's such a fun player but and I think he's probably gonna be like their star. So if he can figure things out, like. I just think there's a lot of like the defense is I think going to be legit on this team, and I think they have enough fun offensive guys where they can figure it out. I think Scoot can take a leap. I think Shaden can be more consistent, and I think Denny was very good at the end of last year, and I think he can continue that. Um, so even though like he should probably get like nuked or some shit, like he's probably gonna have a decent season. Uh, yeah,
I agree. I mean, what you're thinking playing for sure.
I have him
Like,
as an 8 seed. Why the fuck not?
wow. Over
Again,
the
the Rockets
Spurs,
were the
bro?
2 seed last year. Oh yeah,
Over the
I forgot.
Spurs?
I forgot the
Yeah, little
Spurs.
bro.
Yeah, but yeah, the Rockets were the 2 seed last year. Again, they were the
So?
11 seed the year before, jumped up to
No,
this two
it's
seed. I think they have a very
mm,
similar recipe in team. And again, Drew Holiday, good player.
who's their best player?
I think Denny is their best player.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know why I blanked out on that. Yeah, another Middle Eastern guy, Shingun Danny. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know about 8 seed. I
Yeah,
think
I mean, it's
I
the
know it
high end
sounds crazy,
outcome
but
for them.
I think the Kings are like this around the same level as them. Like
Yeah.
I know we're
That I
shitting
don't
on
see it.
Sabonis
I
and
don't see
Levine and
it.
all, but there's still Sabonis and Levine and DeMar. Like, oh, do you think Denny Avdija is better than those three guys?
It's not about that. It's having a good team defense, which can
Yeah.
actually like a top five team defense. I think they could be at
Wait,
that
who
level.
is the Kings' new coaching? I totally forgot. Is there assistant or?
Um, Doug Christie.
Oh yes, Steve. Oh yeah, they started off hot with him and they kind of died.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it's a valid take. I think they'll be a play-in team. I think they're gonna surprise a lot of people, but I'm not
Yeah.
sure that I could pencil them in for an 8 seed, just because the Mavs, Spurs, and then we named like
I got him over the Spurs. I did
seven
not.
other
I'm
teams.
not impressed by the Spurs.
Wow, insane. Okay, wait. Let's move on to the Spurs then. My
Yeah.
prediction is that my hot take would be their top 6 seed. I know, right? Crazy.
Mm.
Fox and Wemby get a full year playing together. Dylan Harper is a solid point guard off the bench. Castle learns how to be efficient, right? Can shoot the basketball. Devin Vassell, Cotton. This team is decently deep. They have Luke Cornett as the backup center now.
This team's
Um,
overrated. Who shoots on this team, dude?
Kelly
Harrison
Olynyk.
Barnes. That is fine. Oh, Kelly, I guess, sure. He's gonna be a backup
Devin
center.
Vassell's a good shooter.
He's
Wemby's a
fine.
decent shooter. De'Aaron
Wemby's
Fox is
not
not a
that great.
bad shooter. Wemby's a dude for the fucking volume he takes. Come on, he started off rough, but like I don't know, he shoots like 35% on
That's what I
long
mean, but
threes.
like stand still, catch and shoot guys. Like who's really there? Wemby's not really that even.
I don't know. I
I
think
think their
Devin
offense
Vassell's
is gonna be
there.
overrated.
What
I
is
think their
Keldon
defense is gonna
Johnson's?
be
I think
good.
Keldon Johnson's inefficient actually
He didn't shoot
from
well this
three.
year.
Julian
32%.
Champagne, or is it Justin Champagne or Julian? One of
I
them
think
is on
Julian,
the Hornets or something. Whatever.
the
Julian
Wizards.
Champagne or Wizards. Sorry, yes. It's still Fox and Wemby with solid role players. The shooting might be a little bit rough, but I think the offense will be fine. Like, yeah, and I guess a lot of this is based on whether Dylan Harper will be able to contribute now.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't anticipate that. Just rookie point guard, it's kind of rare. And I'm not
yeah.
impressed by Castle. I don't think he's like a huge impact role player just yet. He's a good
Really, I
player.
think he is. I think he's a great role player. Like, I think that's all he's going to be in his career. But I think he's a
I mean, again, he can't
great role
shoot.
player. Like, I think he's very
Um,
smart. He can't
he's
shoot, but I think he plays like he's a good like he's a very good defender. I think he's a good playmaker. I think he's just high IQ, like system player for the Spurs. I don't know,
like he's
like
yeah,
just like he
again,
was at
solid,
UConn.
but I don't think he's like a 30 minutes per game guy, like a high impact,
Hmm.
like I
Okay.
don't think he's there yet. So that's what I mean. I just don't trust in the depth around Fox and Wemby enough to the point where I think they're gonna be like a legit top six seed. So I don't know.
Interesting.
I'm not super high. I think they're like a 10 seed at this point, 9, 10 seed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because they
Um,
were good
but then again, Wemby could average like 35 and I could be
in the
wrong
regular
because he
season. I feel like
has
they were on a pretty good win pace until Wemby got hurt.
yeah, that's fair. But I think they were a
Like
41,
eighth seed
41,
type.
like
Like
yeah, like that type of pace. But I think the
okay,
Blazers
but
can
that's like
overtake them. Again, we didn't see Fox and Wemby together, so that could definitely
we
change things.
exactly, dude. Yeah, I don't know. I think that team
But I
that
don't think
sounds
it's
really
going to be
good.
that impactful. I just don't like the team around Fox and Wemby like at all. Like Cornette is probably the guy I'm highest on outside of those two. Legit.
Wait, Kelly Olynyk is on the Spurs, right?
Yeah, he is. He got signed by.
Man, it's a sexy little team, dude. Kelly Olynyk, Victor Wembanyama, and Luke Cornett. Fuck.
It's not a bad like
Okay, uh,
center lineup.
it's
Yeah.
fine. All right, help me out here. I got one more team. You also have one more team, right?
You have two, right? No, you have one. My bad.
I got one. Yeah,
Yep. I got one last one. The Pelicans. This team sucks. It's not a
it's
lot of
yeah. This
optimism.
is so rough. Like I feel bad. Like we're just losing interest in
Like
this
I don't
shit.
know
But
why. I don't
like,
know why we had so much like to talk about the East side, especially the worst players on the East or worst teams on the
well,
East.
yeah. I mean, it was. Yeah, I don't know.
But the Pelicans did not do much this offseason. Drafted two guys, Derek Queen and Jeremiah Fears. Not
Zero
expecting much from
fears.
Fears because he's a rookie point guard, very raw player. Queen is out for the first 3 months of the year, I think, with a hand injury.
Not really. No.
Yeah, it's same one J-Dub had basically. So it's gonna be like, I don't know. I mean, what's to like? They still have the same problem where they don't really have a center. Again, Yves Missi, fine, but not he's like a backup big still. Um, you know, DeJounte Murray's gonna be healthy, which I guess is something, right?
DeJounte, Jordan Poole,
Yeah.
and then Herb Jones, Trey Murphy. Fucking
Like
who am I missing?
Zion.
No, I know Zion. I feel like am I missing a role player? No, right? I got it. Never
Not
mind.
really. That's like their lineup. And
Mm.
yeah, I mean again, the guy I think might be the best player on the team is like Trey Murphy. Like when obviously Zion's better,
Come on now. Yeah.
but like consistently because of the health issues that comes with. So it's just like these are a lot of like mediocre players. It's not a particularly deep team.
No. Yeah.
Um, I think they're gonna be like like fall into like the 13, 14 seed range. Probably worse than the Suns, worse than the Kings, kind of.
If they're fully healthy, you think I mean, that's very, very big if. But
Yeah.
if they're
I
fully
think
healthy, you really think they're that bad?
because it's like there's so many good teams, and then this one just like no defense. Like legit, Herb Jones is their entire defense.
Trey Murphy's a
And
decent defender.
yeah, they're fine. Again, Trey Murphy's like an okay defender, but they don't have a big. Like a big is so important when it
Mm-mm.
comes to defense, and these are not like
I don't know
outstanding
why
perimeter
they didn't go
defenders
for
other
like
than
a Luke
Herb.
Cornett or a Kelly Olynyk.
Yeah, that
Didn't
would have
Kelly
been.
Olynyk used to play for the Pelicans at one point, or am I
He
crazy?
did.
I
No, he
swear he used to
definitely
play for
did.
the Pelicans. Yeah.
He definitely did. Yeah, I don't think this is a good team, and I think Zion's very inconsistent. I think my hot take is that Zion gets traded by the end of the year.
Wasn't he like accused of rape recently?
That might have happened.
It's not funny. Sorry. It's not funny.
Um,
It's funny that he's an idiot.
yeah, there's a lot of shit going on with him. Sued over allegations of rape. That is correct.
Fuck. It's cooked, man. He seemed like such a nice guy too. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Mm. The Pelicans are weird because every single year I'm like, this is the year where they still he stay healthy. And their roster looks good on paper, but once again, there's probably gonna be some bullshit injury that'll end up turning into Jordan Poole and just chucking up shots.
Again, do you even think that looks that good in paper? Again,
Yeah, I
like,
think it's fine, dude. Again, I think it's like these names like better than the Suns.
okay.
Maybe like Kings level.
I
Like
think
I
they're
think they'll
Kings
be
level,
Kings
and
level.
Kings level is
Yeah.
like 11 seed right now to me.
Yeah. I think I'm maybe higher on the Kings than you are, but still like I get it. Like I think there'll be a lot between 7 and 10, like or like 9 and 10, like will be very like 9 through 12, I think it will be very close. Like I don't think the Blazers are gonna be like more than
It
a
feels
few
like you're
games above
fine
on
with,
these guys.
but it feels like you're the same level on every team but the Jazz. So like, who's the 14 seed for you?
That's my point. Like
So it could be like 9 through 14 then, not even 5, not even 12.
if I was to rank like let's go Kings, I'm just naming teams, right? You have the Kings, Suns, Spurs, Blazers, and Pelicans
Yeah.
for 9 through 9, 10, 11,
I
12,
got,
13,
I
14.
would
That's
say
six. All right.
Blazers, Spurs, Suns, Kings, Pelicans. I would put Pels last.
I would go, I think I would go something completely different. I would go Spurs, Kings, Blazers, Pelicans, Suns. I know I said Suns playing team. It's a hot take. I don't think they're actually going to be a fucking playing
Okay.
team.
Okay.
But I think, yeah, I think I agree the Blazers are going to be surprising. I think it'll all be close, but I still don't think they're going to be better. I think the Kings will, like, just talent enough wins you some games in the NBA. I think the,
I think the Pels and Kings are very similar situations where they're just like overrated names on a
Mhm.
roster, kind of like with not a lot of defense, not a lot of two-way
Yeah.
players, just very similar like in that regard. And
Yeah, the
because of
Blazers
that,
definitely have a cohesive team. Like they
right?
have
Like
an
that
identity.
feels more
They have
important than anything lately.
real like yeah,
Like
they
depth
have
is so
real
important in the NBA
veterans.
nowadays.
Yeah.
Just because there's so much talent, like you can take advantage of teams without depth. And I think the Pelicans, Kings kind of fall into that very easily.
I guess I just fear
Suns
for
too, honestly.
the Blazers offense. I feel like could get a little stagnant. Like it's Shaden and Denny.
Shaden, Denny, maybe Scoot, maybe True. But yeah.
Like Scoot Drew in 2026 is come on now.
Hanson
Like
Young gonna cook.
okay, yeah, that's a
Chinese
great.
Jokic
See,
offense off the
he
bench.
can sell me. But like seriously, I mean, Anthony Simons is a pretty big loss. I feel like in the scoring department, like that's like a 22 point per game score you're losing.
Right.
Um, and like Denny's not a like I feel like he's had stretches like that, but he's not a high volume scorer. He's not gonna
Yeah.
put up
He's gonna
25 for a
have to
long
be,
stretch.
maybe. I mean,
He might have to
that's
be. I don't know if he has
I think
like.
Shaden can take the role of what Anthony did in a lot of ways. Be a starter, and then you have Denny
See,
for
but I
like the
think
real offensive initiator.
I think it's likely that they will be the Rockets, not from last year, but the year before that.
But they were already like a
They
12 seed
kind of
last year.
were.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
they
I'm
kind
saying.
of were
And then
already.
they make like a a move and they kind of
But
get above that.
the
Like the
Rockets
Fred
that
Van
year were like
Vliet, Dylan,
41 or like a 41 win team.
and yeah, I mean, what were the Blazers? They
They had
were
Dylan that year too, bro.
36.
Like that team was the same. That's my point. I'm saying like
Oh,
I
that's
could see
true.
like a 5 win jump. I
Okay.
don't know how many more. Like I guess Clean gets more opportunity. Maybe Rob Williams is
Yeah.
healthy. I don't know. I have no idea. But I just don't think like I think you're a little high on the Blazers. Like a little higher than
I'm
you
just
should be on the
like
Blazers.
I think the roster just makes a lot of sense. That's what I'm really high on. Like
Yeah.
it's very cohesive, and I just don't feel that way about the Kings, Suns, or Pelicans.
Yeah, I think I'm
Even the
I'm
Spurs,
weighing
I don't think
talent
they're
way more than the like
I
for
don't
all
think
these teams I'm weighing talent way more than
yeah,
you
yeah,
are.
for
Like you're
sure.
weighing the fit for sure. Which makes sense. I get. I think the
And like
Spurs are wrong though. I think the Spurs have decent depth. Like
I
again,
just
maybe the
yeah,
fit is not there, but I
I'm not
think they
good with the
have.
cohesiveness of the roster, but again, the talent could definitely outweigh that because you know you have Wemby and Fox, which is
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah. Okay, should we wrap up? Let's could do Jazz for like
All right, what's your
30
hot
seconds.
take?
That they finally trade Laurie and Walker Kessler. Like they've been dangling them for years now. Like Walker Kessler since his like sophomore year for some reason has been in trade rumors. They want like at least one or two first round
That
picks.
is such a weird thing though. Like
It's
why
super. It's
tr
so
yeah.
like he's not old. Like it's weird. And then they have like surprisingly enough, their young core looked pretty good in summer league. I mean, mainly like
Because it
Kyle
was
Filipowski.
it's
Yeah,
because
their
their
whole team.
entire
I know.
roster was in
Yeah.
some league, yeah.
Cody Williams surprised me. He was probably the worst player in the NBA last year.
Yeah.
Uh, he's looked good in summer league. Ace Bailey had his moments. And then yeah, Keontae George had like was okay. He's fine. He's like I don't think he's ever gonna be like a star, but he can be like an okay role player. He's a good
Yeah.
defender. Whatever. But yeah, I think Laurie has lost a ton of trade value this last season. Like
Yeah.
the stats down across the board. I don't really know what happened. Um, but then yeah, they traded Colin Sexton. Like it seemed like they're trying to like they got rid of they waived Clarkson for some reason. Like I'm surprised they couldn't get more value for either of those two guys. But it seems like they're finally getting rid of the assets that they used to have value. Hopefully they
Yeah.
can continue that trend with Laurie and Walker Kessler. Um,
Yeah, but the thing with
yeah,
it's like there's so many teams that have money or that are spending money
no
now, and the
money.
Jazz are one of the teams that has no money on their books, and Laurie's their only contract basically.
Yeah,
Um, so it's like I really find it hard that they can find a suitor unless there's like a really bad contract out there that they can go for. And then nowadays these bad contracts are just being stretched in waves with like Dame and
yeah.
so it's like what can you
It's
really
just
get in
so
return
annoying.
for
Like, what
Laurie?
is he doing? Like,
I
Danny Ainge
agree,
is
like
really
he's
a
wasted
fall
on
guy.
that roster. But I mean he good
Like,
for him, he got the
yeah,
bag. Like I'm never gonna hate on him for that,
but it's
but
like, come on. Like, it's
like they
so
even
annoying.
switched
It's not
up
his
on
fault
him
at
because like
all. Like,
once he got the contract, they felt like he was at least a centerpiece of that team. But even now, it
yeah,
feels like they've just completely gone away and they're like tanking for probably like top three pick this year. Because why
yeah.
not? They're gonna be the 15th team in the West.
They might be
So
the worst team in the NBA.
yeah, legit.
Like them or the Wizards, I
Wizards
guess.
or Hornets
Nets
or
maybe.
Nets.
And
Yeah,
I think the Hornets will be a little bit better. But yeah, it's a weird team. It's a
yeah,
bad team.
it is a weird
But
team.
yeah, I think the future is looking a little better than it did last year, right?
Yeah,
Like
but I mean,
Kyle
who's your
Filipowski,
number one guy? Is it Filipowski because of the summer league?
like out of all their young guys who I have
Yeah.
the most faith in, like yeah, I feel like it because Kyle Filipowski was good in the regular season too.
Yeah,
Like
but
the
it's not
close of the year, he
like
was good.
I don't know if he's like an offensive centerpiece good, right? Because he's a center who doesn't have a ton of like
No,
he
but
can
I don't know
shoot.
if any of these guys are really like Ace. Like in terms of pure
Ace
potential, I
Bailey,
guess
right?
Ace Bailey would be that
Yeah,
guy. But like I haven't seen enough from him, so I'm saying in terms of like combining, I guess you're both your ceiling and your floor. I would say Kyle Filipowski right now
I
is
have
like,
Kessler over Kyle Filipowski.
oh, I'm not counting Kessler in this. I'm assuming they're trading
Okay,
him.
yeah,
Yeah, Walker.
fair, fair.
Of course, Walker Kessler is better than all these guys.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think they're gonna think they're gonna trade him. Like
That's
he
so
also deserves
strange,
to be.
dude.
It's like
He's
he's such a
good.
fit. Like he's such a good fit on any
Yeah,
championship team.
yeah,
So I'm sure one will trade for him. And his
right.
contract, like it's not contract is what is still on a rookie deal or something.
Exactly.
Like
And he was like like 15th or like 20th pick, so like he has like a 3 year 3 mil contract probably. So that's such a weird. I have not understood a lot of Ainge decisions lately.
Yeah, it's a weird.
Like
Yeah, he's a
Kevin
weird guy.
Love and they give up a second and facilitate that Norm Powell
Even the
thing. Like that's
Colin
crazy.
Sexton deal for like Yusuf Nurkic or whatever the fuck that I don't even know
Yeah.
what that deal was. It was like,
And they
what are
gave
you
up the
doing?
like the second as well. It's like so
Yeah.
weird.
And then there's no way you couldn't find like you waited like 3 years to trade Clarkson, dude. Like, come on.
And then they
And then
just
you get
goes
nothing
free
for him. You
agency.
waive him.
Yeah,
You just lose money.
exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, Ainge is definitely overrated now. Brent Stevens clears.
Fraud watch for
So I
sure.
guess he was fraud. The whole it was just yeah, exactly. But okay, let's call it there.
Yeah.
Um, West was definitely a little more uneventful or yeah, less eventful than the East, but there you have it. Those are for both conferences. There's some hot takes for you guys. Some not as hot as others, but I think we got some good discussions going. And this kind of we've also discussed, I guess, our like predictions for the next season's like standings, which we'll do it like a formal pod on closer to the season's beginning. Hopefully, the next time we talk to you, it'll be like something big that's changed. Hopefully, the Kuminga thing is over. I doubt it, but yeah, we'll do another interesting pod next time, maybe a draft or something, especially when Silas back. So
Yep.
yeah, thanks so much for listening to the Change of Pace podcast. Feel free to follow us on all social medias: TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and Spotify at Change of Pace Pod. And yeah, give us a 5-star review, and we'll be back at you next time. Thank you.